get in here, you guys. Got YouTube send them damn notifications out. They don't send them out until waiting for YouTube to send these notifications out, you guys. Where's everybody at? Where y'all at? What's up? All right, y'all. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Brother James, what's happening? Yeah. Brother James is good, man. You know, man, it's crazy because I've been just really busy. I've been on here, but I've been missing certain people. So Lisa in the house. What's up, Lisa? You renewed your membership. Thank you, Lisa, for doing that. That's love. I appreciate that. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up when you're coming in. Yeah, Brother James, I've been here. I've just been like, wow, it's been so crazy, man. I've been so busy, you know. But I've been here, though. I definitely have been here. How you guys doing today? We're going to wait a few more people to get on here, man, and we're going to go in. Let's talk about this crazy-ass world, man, that we're living in. This is just crazy, man. This is nuts. Lisa, how you doing today? How are you doing today, Lisa? I hope I caught everybody at a good time. I'm eating and talking to you guys at the same time, so let's see. Wait for a few more people to get on. But man, this shit that we are seeing, you guys, my moderator, Cambodian Mystique, is in the house. We're seeing some crazy, crazy shit that's going on in our world. And, you know, we got to stay prayed up, man, because some of this stuff is predictable and some of it is we just don't see it coming until it happens. Where we at? Where y'all at? James, what city are you in? Lisa, I think I remember what state you're in. I'm trying to remember what state you're in. But yeah, man, this world is, we're in crazy times right now, you guys. And it's so confusing, man. We are in some crazy, crazy times right now. What's happening? Welcome in, you guys. Lisa said it's a milestone chat for 1 month. Okay, got you. I have to leave Mpxone one. Going to catch you live. I'm blessed. How are you? I'm in Alabama. Oh, Meech was live? Lisa, Meech was live just now? Meech was live. Hold on, let me see something. Hold on, Lisa. You said you had to leave Meech on one? High school song. Oh. Oh. Oh, okay. I thought you said you're on Instagram. Oh, you got the song? Good. Hash, what's happening? Oh, so you grabbed the song. Good, Lisa. I'm glad you grabbed the song. That's good. That's perfect. I'm the wood show my face, but I'm looking crazy, man. No shave, no nothing. I'm looking rough. I'm looking real rough, y'all. Yeah, I'm looking crazy rough. I don't even know. I'm just thinking. I'm like, I'm looking in the mirror. I'm like, should I turn on this camera? Should I turn on this camera or not? 'Cause your brother looking rough over here, Lisa. Who is this? Cheyenne said, show you. Cheyenne, I'm looking crazy. roughly shaved, you know, it's like, yay, yay, yay. Yeah, I ain't really, you know, I'm not all the way. You know what I'm saying, Cheyenne? I'm not all the way. I like to look right when I'm on camera. I don't really like to look too rough, but there's times I got on camera, people say, oh, you look fine. You look okay. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I don't know about all that. I don't know. Maybe I'll turn my camera on. Who knows? Lisa says Swayze. Lisa, yeah, that's a great song, right? Me song? It's a great song. We had fun recording it. It was fun, you know. Me, Cambodian Mystique Meech. It was fun, you know. It was a fun song to do. And it was a vibe in the studio when we did it. It was definitely a vibe. It was a vibe that night when we cut it. It was just real, you know, peaceful and I don't know. It was a serene vibe. That's why you pick up that same vibe on that record because there was a vibe in the studio the night we cut it. Yeah, it was a real good vibe. So I'm glad that you've been playing that song. Keep playing it. Keep showing love. We appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Keep showing love. We really appreciate that support. They're trying to what's it? Cheyenne trying to get me to go live. Alan, don't come on here with that bullshit. Oh, he said rest in peace, Charlie. Oh yeah, sorry about that, Alan. Yeah, Alan, bro. Yeah, rest in peace to that gentleman, man. That, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Alan, that shit was pretty fucked up, man. That shit was fucked up, bro. Like for real. Like the more I think about it, that shit reminded me so much of the Kennedy situation. It really broke my heart, man. I don't care what views nobody has. Like everybody has the right to speak whatever's on their mind. That shit was not cool. That was not cool at all, man. At all. You know, we all have our views, our points and views. We all do. It's just natural, right? But that didn't have to happen to him. That just right there bothered me. That wasn't cool. The way that went down wasn't cool. And the fact that they showed that shit, man, the fact they showed it, man. Oh, man, that shit still bothers me, man. I don't know why. I just thought of the Kennedy situation. It just reminded me so much of that crazy shit, you know? And, you know, now this guy's family, his wife, they had, the kids. Ah, man. Oh, I don't know, you guys. We're in some fucked up shit in this world right now. And unless we all come together and start trying to figure this shit out, we're in a very bad place, especially in the U.S. We're in a very bad place right now, you guys. And the whole world in general, but especially in the U.S. We're in a fucked up place, man. There's no way with all the security that should have happened. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. If a black man had climbed up on a building, they would have saw his ass the first 3 seconds he crossed the goddamn grass. If he had went to a building, they would have caught him the first 3 seconds, y'all. And you guys know I'm not making this up. First 3 seconds, they would have caught him. Huh. I told y'all I look rough. Hold up. Listen, you guys. If a black man had went across that grass, see how rough I look, y'all? Y'all got me on here looking crazy, man. Damn. Anyway, if a black man had crossed the grass and go up some steps, there's gonna be questions. They're gonna be like, who the fuck is that? Who is that? Who is that person that crossed that grass? You guys know. So for this guy to be able to mosey his way up some steps, it looked like maybe he went up to some steps to get to the top of the building. That's what it looked like when he was going to that step area. I don't know if that was it, but it looked like that. And I know there's a lot of people. Listen, Let's humanize this shit. Since I decided to get on this camera looking crazy, since I decided to show my face looking crazy, then let's humanize it all. Because I'm being more human right now, right? Cheyenne, I look crazy. Trust me, I look crazy. I haven't done my hair, nothing. I'm looking crazy right here. Let's humanize this, y'all. Dodo, what's happening? School hit the button. School hit the button. Say straighten up, Stone. School hit the button. You always keep me laughing, family. Lisa say, I agree, Cheyenne Stone. You look nice. Thank you. You know, what I've learned in life is when you try to go get yourself together, nobody pays attention. But when you walk out the house looking rough, everybody, oh, you look nice. You look great. If you just don't pay attention to try to look nice, it seems that everybody gives you compliments. But when you try to go and look a certain way, you get no compliments. Why is that? Let's go hit the button. You know you always keep me rolling. Listen, you guys, so happy Saturday, number one. Let me just say that to all of you guys. I appreciate you even taking your time clocking in to Stone Paxton. For those of you that are new, Stone Paxton, I'm a recording artist, writer, arranger, former member of a few different bands, legendary bands. I don't like to brag about myself, but I've been in this business a long time. But we're talking about, man, I just decided to get on here and talk about this, where we're at in the world, man. This thing that happened to the gentleman, Charlie Kirk. And I know there's a lot of people that say, hey, good morning, Buckeye for life. What's up, family? What's up, Buckeye? I'm bothered by what I saw on the internet, man, with this gentleman. It doesn't matter what nobody says. My opinion is the way that guy got taken out is strange. Another thing that I think is crazy is there was a book that was released the day before he passed. It was called it's called The Killing of Charlie Kirk. But I just thought it was weird when I was doing my research that there was a book on Amazon that came out the day before he passed. I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on here? The whole thing was weird, you guys. Gerald said Moss operators caught bro in both. What? Oh, both. Oh, I know. Yo, bro, just listen. I'm trying to read the name. Is that Glenn? Gino. Hey, Gino. Clap. We built the double XL. Clap. Listen, I don't know why you're on here wanting to be a comedian. It's not that time. If you're not going to be on here and be serious, get the fuck up off my channel, man. Because I know you don't know me, but have some motherfucking respect, you old-ass motherfucker, you. You really going to wake up in the morning trying to be a fucking comedian? If you want to be a fucking comedian, clap. Go take your motherfucking ass to comedy school. But don't come on here with your whack-ass comedy. That's the wackest shit anybody can say. Get the fuck off my channel with that bullshit. Corny-ass motherfucker, you. Why y'all like to start me? Why they do that? School at the button say, Buckeye for life. They like coming on here messing with me, y'all. They want to see me go in, but we ain't going to do it. Let's get back to what we talking about. So, Gino, I agree with you. When I saw this shit looked too much like some Kennedy shit to me. And I said, what is going on, man? Is it that much hatred in the world where a person is speaking their truth and we have decided that we're going to go and just do this person in because they are speaking their truth? He's just speaking his truth. This guy would speak truth about black people, white people. He didn't care. He would just speak. He would just speak his truth. When did we get to the point to where we can't even speak our truth? Honestly, I can't believe he was because there's a lot of people, as I'm looking up, there was a lot of people that didn't like him. And I had to go because I didn't follow him. Let me be transparently honest, you guys. I didn't follow him, right? So I wanted to go and see what it was that people did not like about him. Well, you know us black folks, we don't like nothing. Anything they say negative about black people, we don't like you no more. That somebody could say, yeah, man, they made some black butter. Now black people don't like you. Black butter, that's racist. You know, we kind of pick and choose sometimes what we feel is racist, and sometimes we can be a little bit analytical with it. But I paid attention to him. Did I like all the things he said? I think it was more so not about not liking what he said. It was the way he would say certain things, right? Key said, what's up, Key? Right on, Key. I mean, Kev. To my British folk, yeah. What's the word, Kev? Grady said, I think just like being a, what'd you say? Contrarian. I'm trying to read some of these because you guys are saying some great stuff. Hold on. Somebody said, Grady said, I think he just like being contrarian. I'm trying to read that. Is that what you said? Yeah. Grady, Grady, do you think he always wanted to be right? This guy, Charlie Kirk, did he always want to be right? Like I'm trying to be as I hate that man lost his life. Let me just say that. And to anybody that's saying negative about this man losing his life, shame on you. Shame on you. Because that's some fucked up shit if you're thinking that way. Do we agree with anybody? Let's just say in general. Do we agree with our cousin, our uncles? No, we don't always agree. But we all have the right to be able to speak. When I saw that happen to that man, that shit broke my heart, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie, man. We all deserve to live. Each and every one of us on this live deserve to live, to be alive, to breathe, to take care of our families, to love, to be loved, to wake up and plan your week, to wake up and plan your day, to think about your future and what you're going to do next year, what you're going to do next week. I know tomorrow's not promised to any one of us, but we deserve to be able to know that I'm on this earth. I didn't do anything to anybody. I don't deserve to be unalived. Lisa said, Grady, do you mean he contradicted him? Yes. Do you mean that, Grady, like Lisa said? Because I don't know him. Yeah, is that what you mean, Grady? Buckeye said, when his wife renounced his 3-year-old daughter, where is daddy, broke my heart. I saw that too. Oh, when his wife mentioned his 3-year-old daughter, where is daddy? Yeah, dude. Listen. Give me 1 second. Let me grab some water. We're going to talk about that. Buckeye. We're going to talk about that, Buckeye. School hit the button and say, is there any truth to the fact that 2 dudes behind him making him? I saw that too. But what I was trying to, okay, so School hit the button. I saw that too, right? So I was like, I want to see the footage from the front, but wider. Because I want to see if those same guys, I wasn't settled with just saying it because that could have been somebody editing footage. But then again, I did see him in the same frame as those 2 guys. But there's another one that shows from the front. I want to see a wide angle of the front to see if those guys were 2. Well, it's weird because I saw the front, but there was a different guy standing to his right. So I'm trying to see where those guys were standing. If somebody flipped the footage and they were standing to the left, because there's already a guy with that front shot they've been showing. He's at the right. He's to the right. So I'm like, where are these two other guys? We need to see that wide angle from the front to see if those two other guys are to the left. I don't trust just that one footage by itself. I'm like, I don't just trust that one footage by itself. That's just really kind of weird. School hit the button, said, gotcha. Yeah, school hit the button, think about it. Lisa said, my condolences to his wife and children. Yeah, and you know, people were saying some derogatory stuff, man. I said, that's not right. Grady said, I just thought he liked to be right by disagreeing, but he was a wise person for sure. Grady, he was, man. And you know, you got me. I'm on here speaking about this guy, and I didn't know him. I didn't follow him. But I went and looked at a lot of his videos, and what I noticed is he was a pretty fair guy. That's just my opinion. He was a pretty fair guy. He made a statement and said there should not be any race feeling like they're a dominant race to either be in a position that's more or better than one other race. That's ridiculous, he felt like. That's ridiculous for one race to feel like they're better than another race and to be. I like that. I said, this guy is not, he's not a dumb guy. By no means, you guys. He wasn't. He was a smart guy. He studied. Ricky Israel said, what about all the rest of the people who died? Ricky, and that's another thing I was talking about. I agree with you, Ricky. Now, what bothered me was this. I'll tell you guys what really bothered me. Abdu, we talk about everything. I'm a recording artist, producer, former member of the Rick James Stone City Band, but we discuss everything, family. We just talk about life in general, and it's all about high frequency here, family. Ricky, and I apologize for clearing my throat, you guys. I'm going to answer that, Ricky. Gino said, notice how the security guards were at his funeral and carried him out after the proceeding. They had control of his remains from transport until now, which shouldn't have happened, Gino. Facts. Abdu said, I'm new and want to know. Got you, Abdu. I feel you. We talk about everything, family. Black Rain said he was trying, he was trying to look deeper. He was lying and look deeper. Yes. No, Black, I agree. There's some things, Black. Now, I'm not on here to disagree with nobody. I'm on here to just talk about a guy who was just really, he didn't deserve to go out that way. Let's just say that. Okay. You remind me of Simone. I don't know who that is. The haters, I don't know who that is. Ty, Cuzzo, what's up? Okay. Ricky said earlier, what about the other people that died? I agree with Ricky. There's some things that I did notice that this has dominated the news. I've noticed that. I also noticed this because, you know, I wanted to be biased in the beginning of this, but I'm not going to be biased over somebody that I haven't understood what they stand for, what they don't stand for. So I had to go study the videos and look at this cat. And I was trying to find fault. Like, where is he wrong? What are the things that he's saying that everybody is saying they don't like him? It's like mixed. I don't know if it's 80-20, 60-40. I don't know. I just know I've seen a lot of videos of people that don't like him. Then I've seen some of people liking him. But it doesn't mean he deserved for this to happen. None of us. That's where the compassion and us having morals come into play. Nobody should be happy about what happened to this man. Now, there's a lot of people that have passed away that I noticed they didn't put any focus on. But we know that's the game that's played. You guys know that's the game that's played. This is nothing new. That is the game that's played. They're going to do that. They're going to talk about what they want to talk about. They're going to talk about what they want to talk about. It's just how it goes. You know what I'm saying? That's the name of the game. Hold on. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. This is what I'm saying, though. Because you got people, it's a guy that just came in here and stuck his fingers up at me. He did that to me. This guy doesn't even know me. I'm out here just saying it's not right what happened to this guy. It's not right what happened to him. Nobody deserves, no black man deserves to be shot down like this. No white man, no Mexican man, no Asian man, nobody deserves that kind of shit. Now, if that was a family member of yours, you'd be saying the same shit I'm saying. I'm not defending nobody. I'm defending the righteousness, the morality of what should and shouldn't happen, especially here in America. Since when is it okay for us to just sit back on national TV and watch somebody be unalive? That shit's not cool. That guy had children. He had a wife. It doesn't matter what his views are. All of us have our own views every day on what we do not like and what we like about people. But is it okay for somebody to come and hurt us because we have our opinion? Is that okay? If it is, something's wrong with you. Black say that's what he did. What he do, Black? Yeah, he did it. Well, there's a lot of people that have no sympathy for George Floyd, including a lot of black people. But Black, feel what I'm saying? You looking at me, you see what I am. Does that mean they still should be unalive? That police didn't have sympathy for George Floyd. He had no reason to unalive him. There's a lot of black people that feel that way. It's mixed. But nobody deserves to be unalive at the end of the day. Let's go deeper, Black. There's a George Floyd in every neighborhood, in every hood across the world. How come black people, now I'm playing the devil's advocate, us black folks, we'll say it wasn't right for George Floyd to be unalive, but at the same time, there's a dude that's getting shot in the hood and the police is asking questions and nobody wants to talk. Is that right also? Y'all got to make this shit make sense to me, man. Because what I don't like is how our people pick and choose what we choose to be upset about. We can't choose to be upset about, sir. We're going to be upset. Let's be upset about all the injustice, including what we do to our own people. BB, what's up, BB? What's up, BB? Marco say, wow, you look like a great warrior. Wakanda, greetings from Italy. Italy, man, listen, let me tell you something. I've been getting some wonderful people from different countries. Marco, thank you. Thank you, Marco. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. Grazie, Marco. Grazie. I appreciate it. I've been getting some real cool people from different countries, and I appreciate that, man. You guys have been reaching out. You've been showing love, man. You interact. You guys interact. I think it's cool, man. Thank you so much for that. School hit the button, say true. School hit the button because we get people say George Floyd, and I get it. You're welcome, Marco. BB say hello, everyone. What's up, BB? Welcome to the channel, Marco. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully you guys become subscribers of the channel. I appreciate you if you would. All I'm saying is Black say silver black people are not celebrating, just pointing out the hypocrisy. No, Marco, I agree with you. But I've seen some black people saying, fuck that, But for the most, I haven't seen our people doing it. But all I'm saying is this. That's all I'm saying. I did see that video of him saying that about George Floyd. I thought that was fucked up. I have my opinions on that. Lisa said, Plaque, what you say, Lisa? I have my opinions on that. That wasn't cool that he thought that George Floyd, and he said some shit like, George Floyd was already dead before he put his foot on his neck. I don't know how he came up with that, but that's the shit he was saying. I was like, well, that's kind of weird and fucked up for him to say that. I didn't like that. He said he was already dead from the drugs, and I was like, whatever, man. I ain't trying to hear that fucking bullshit. So, but think about what I'm saying. Y'all know who did that to him was his own people. But I saw this video of a whole bunch of white people saying, white man, they were saying something like, white men fight, white men fight, white men fight. I'm like, we ain't done shit. Black folks ain't done shit to y'all. So I know y'all ain't talking about us. What y'all fighting us for? We ain't done shit. Black people ain't done nothing to y'all. Y'all doing that shit to y'allself. Y'all don't have a fight with us. Y'all been fighting with us and controlling our ancestors for shit. over 500 years. We have no fight with you. We have no fight in this game. The only fight we have is to make sure we stay on top of our shit and do better as a community. But I saw a video with a whole bunch of white guys saying, white men fight back or some shit like that. And that confused me. Because I'm like, the shit that's being done, you guys are doing that to yourself. We ain't doing nothing to y'all. Buckeye said, I will not fight for, exactly. I refuse to do that same thing, Buckeye. I'll fight to defend my family and my friends, but that's it. Boris said, facts. What's up, Boris? Long time no see. Yeah, Lisa, I see. Did y'all see that video of the group of white men saying, white men fight, white men fight, white men fight back or some shit like that? And I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? What are they talking about? Y'all been fighting, y'all ain't even fight us. Y'all just suppressed the fuck out of the black community. And you fought the Spaniards. Yeah, you fought the Spaniards and you fought, other people. You guys went in other countries and put your religion on them and all kinds of shit. We get it. But we're not fighting with y'all. So I don't know why I hope y'all ain't talking about fight. We ain't do shit to y'all. So who are you guys talking about when you said fight back? The same people that unalive this guy look just like him. Is that pure coincidence? If something going on, you guys got to pay attention to that. Now, Buckeye, what's up, Javon? School hit the button. Let me tell you guys something. This is going to blow your mind. School hit the button and say, we don't have a fight with anyone, but don't start shit. We know how it goes exactly. We don't have a fight with anyone, but we're going to fight you if you come stepping on our toes and disrespecting us. Nod to yes, say white men have this weird fear of becoming a minority, almost like they know what minorities got to go through every day. Okay. Listen, hold up now. Nod to yeah, just stepped on some deep stuff, which is true. Y'all heard me say it in my live. It's a fear. Not to use, it's a fear. It was right. It is a fear of being in the same position that we've had to deal with for years. My cousin Ty said, cousin, are you ready for the real on the topic? Just let me know. I'll drop some. Go ahead, cousin. I love it when everybody drop jewels in there. Go ahead, cousin, drop it. Black said he was a devil using his intellectual to encourage separation. I do agree. I do agree. Because if you believe in Christianity, let's start there. Because he operated under I'm not going to say falsehood. He operated under the mechanism of Christianity. He said he's a Christian, right? But when you spew hatred both ways and divide people down the middle, there's nothing Christian about that. Because God wasn't about that. The Bible wasn't about that. Y'all know. I hate people that can be, or people, example, that use racist overtones, but they say they're Christians at the same time. You can't be both. You can't be a racist and be a Christian. Do you understand that? And the people that hide behind the guise of racism by using Christianity, I can't stand that shit. Black said, that's all we saying. No, Black, I get it. Once again, look at me. I get it. I'm not Uncle Tom. Anybody on here tell you, I spit it for how it is, but I'm fair. I'm fair. Because we have to be. Because black people, we want people to be fair to us too. So when we make it analogies, we have to be fair. We got to be balanced. That's really the best way to be. My cousin Ty Do said, okay, guys, quick rundown. Charlie Kirk started Turning Point USA at 18. After a mentor encouraged him to go full-time, early seed money reportedly came from conservative donors. We know there's definitely conservatives, for sure. Foster Fries is named in reporting as an early backer. Lisa said that's partly that part, Stone. Lisa said, and then Ty said, TPUSA didn't grow by accident. It was bullheaded. It was built What? It was built on hundreds of campuses and chapters. Ran a national tours and used social media and watch list campaigns to amplify. Yes, they did. Listen. They boosted the shit up. The movement. School hit the button. Said my grandma always said that God don't like ugly. Man, does he not like ugly? School hit the button. He kicking, man, he's putting his foot in people's butt. Ty said that's how a young activist became a national figure last. So I gotta agree with you on that. Because you know he had to have had the backing by the conservatives. JT Lynn said, sad that people can't see what this is truly about. JT Lynn, I agree with you. Ty said important TP USA's funding later included big donors and foundations. Some donations went through donor advised funds like Donors Trust. Investigative reporting has flagged the groups. Yeah, I read that too, Cuzzo. It's crazy, right? Desert Channel said, Explorer said, unconditional love overcomes every obstacle. Desert Channel, I believe that. And I believe in that, and I live by that. So thank you for that. Nantia said, Ty, he was backed by some powerful people. By some people, ain't no way a community college dropout is stumbling on a whole foundation. Exactly, you guys. Thank you. Listen, can we go deep with this? Listen. Marcus Foundation, 72,500, also named Bradley Foundation. Okay. Kenja said, I'm a follower. Kenja, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, Kenja. My cousin say, basically, in a nutshell, he was a paid opposition. All his talking points were scripted. They got him. Yes, they did. They set him up. He didn't realize it. He didn't realize he was set up. They set him up, man. They used him they weren't going to stand out there and talk. These guys with all the money, they needed somebody to represent their opinions and their thoughts. He would study before he spoke. He was on top of his shit. But they used him to speak their points. And then he would always use the Christianity thing. That's the only thing that would bother me. He would mix the Christianity thing with his beliefs and the way he would speak. And I was bothered by that. I was like, yeah, don't mix that shit in. If you're going to speak, stand on 10 toes down on what you believe in. But don't speak and say in Christian and, in God, and I'm a Christian, and don't do that. I hate when people do that. Bargu said, are you like Sleep Token? I don't know what you're talking about, Bargu. And please come on here with respect. Don't come on here with no random stuff. I don't know what Sleep Token is. I don't know anything about that. Okay? Is it Bango? Bango, I don't know nothing about what you're talking about. We talking about some other shit. Okay, I don't know who Sleep Token. I don't know what that is. Bangu, I don't know. You get some motherfuckers on here who just come in here and say some strange ass shit. Buckeye says disrespectful. Buckeye it is. They just love doing that shit. Take your monkey ass over to a clown channel. Don't come here with no clown shit. Let me tell you guys something. He was definitely paid. He was backed by some very powerful people. Let me give you an example. And you guys could probably, some of y'all probably gonna disagree with me. But if you know, you know. Black Lives Matters wasn't a real organization that was created by black people. It was created by conservatives who put up the money to create that movement and found two black girls and put them in the driver's seat and said, you guys are gonna be the face of this. It was never a real movement. So when people was attacking black people, hashtag Black Lives Matter, they didn't understand we didn't really build that shit. No, hold on. We didn't build that. The same thing you seeing, same situation that was backed by Charlie Kirk was the same system backed that back Black Lives Matter. And it backfired on those people. You don't much hear about what happened to the two women. And then all of a sudden they exposed the whole situation with the house and the big mansion. It's just all a bunch of bullshit. Black people are united, but we didn't create Black Lives Matter. That was created by white folks. Nadine said, this sounds so disrespectful, what he just said to you, Stone. Wow, the nerve of that person coming on your channel insulting. Yeah, y'all see what I deal with, Nadine? This is what I'm saying. But let him get in the room with me. I'll insult that face of his real good. Yeah, I'll insult that face of his real good. You know, people act tough on this YouTube. They act tough on the YouTube. They ain't about to hop in no ring and throw no hands. They can hide behind this. Just like cowards that unalive people. Those are cowards. Because if you got a problem with somebody, step up in front. Put your hands up and let two men get down like two men get down. Lisa said, 100 Stone. The white man said, preach to your blacks. The white man, you're welcome to come to Vegas and hop in the ring with me. Saying preach to the blacks. Don't be disrespectful, bro. Don't talk to me like that. You don't control the words. I appreciate you saying, but don't say preach to your blacks because you're making yourself sound racist just by saying that. Okay? This ain't about black or white. It's about the truth. So don't do that. You're welcome to hop in the ring with me too. I invite anybody that wants, you can come to Vegas, bro. We go to the dojo, put on the gloves, and we can hop in the ring. This ain't about white and black. It's about respecting each other. See, when you get done, when you're an old ass man, all that hatred that you might have inside of you, you're going to want to recant that shit. Everybody does when they're close to their dying period. Every person does. They want to apologize. They want to be nice to people. Watch what you say, bro. Don't come on my channel saying preach to your black people. Don't do that shit. I talk to everybody this way. Black or white, it doesn't matter. Fair is fair. Right is right. Wrong is wrong. Simple as that. So you don't have to come in my channel and tell me to preach to my black people. I don't have to preach to nobody. But what I will do is create a balanced truth. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. And listen, I welcome everybody to come in this channel, and I appreciate you saying that. Maybe it's good for certain black people to see that. But we don't, when we talk to each other, we don't really look at it that way. We just look at our community sharing the information because it's really not about white or black. Black people actually love everybody. But you know, the white man, let me see, is that your name? Hold on, where is he at? The white man, listen, I don't know. Let me ask you a question. How many black friends do you have that you actually hang out with every day? And I get a lot of cool white guys that come on my channel, man, and I love it. I had a guy that came on my channel last week, and he says some of the realest shit ever. And I didn't stop him from talking. I let him share his truth because I respected that he could get on here and be honest with me. He said some deep shit, the white man. He came on here and shared some deep shit with me, with all of my subscribers, and I appreciated him for that. Even his opinions didn't line up with mine. I didn't try to alter it. I respected his opinion because he got on here and he was straight transparent and he was honest without having to be racist. See, we can be honest with each other and we never have to be racist. I can say I don't like you, you can say you don't like me, and we never have to fight or say any derogatory words towards each other. And he did. He came on here and I told the dude I loved him. I said, man, listen, man, I love you, man. I love you. Sometimes, man, it's as simple as people just really having a conversation of something that has been missing. I don't like what happened to, I don't care what nobody says about nobody. Charlie Kirk, Billy Freed, but you name, we can make up names. Johnny Pie, whatever his name is. Doesn't matter. I don't want to see no man unalive because they are speaking whatever's coming out of their mouth, even if we don't like it. Nobody deserves to be unalived. Now, can we put ourselves in a situation where we can jeopardize our lives? I don't think that young man understood what he was signing up for. This is what I will say. He didn't realize that it was bigger than him. I think somehow he might have thought that he was in control. But once those people pay you that money to represent what they believe in, you're locked in. It's like being in a gang. The only way out is death. Now, tell me if I'm lying. Tell me if I'm making up what I said. Tell me if what I'm saying is a bunch of bullshit. I'll be okay with it. But is it not like a gang? Once you accept that kind of money and you're dealing in politics and you sign up for something, especially when you're young like that, and you sign up and these big billionaires start backing you, that's you in for life. You can't walk away. He could not walk away. Maybe at some point he realized, oh shit. CC said, Paxton. Maybe Charlie Kirk realized, oh shit, I'm fucked. I'm in too deep. I'm in deep now, y'all. He couldn't walk. There was never going to be a point that he could have walked away because he took the money. He took the backing. He became their voice. You think they're just going to, it was going to be opposition on both sides no matter what for him. Even if he continued to do right for the people that paid him, it was going to be opposition on the opposite side. He was in a very bad situation either way it goes. And he couldn't have completely changed his views because then he would be in an opposition point towards the people, on the people that put the money in his pocket. Like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be out there doing what we told you to do. You're supposed to be speaking on the things we tell you to do. We backed you. We believed in you. So he was in a very bad situation. And I don't think he realized, I really probably don't think he ever realized what position he had put himself in once he allowed these people to back him and he went pushing their agenda. I feel sad for his wife and children, as hurtful. They don't have a father anymore. But we have to be careful. Somebody was telling me this. Somebody said this to me. Sean Tyler said, humble to be listening and hearing the facts of truth. Sean Tyler. Sean, what's up, family? Buckeye say, talking wisdom. This guy had a lot of potential to do some great things. Did he spark a conversation? Fuck yeah. He sparked a lot of shit. Whether it's bad or good, he sparked conversation amongst the young people. But let me tell you something. When they said somebody had unalived him, I already knew. I told my friend, my police officer friend, chill. I said, brother, chill. It was some radical college student that did this. He said, Brother Stone, you think so? And that brother chills on it, he'll tell you I said that. I said, yeah, this is a young radical college student did this to him. They had to use another young person to do it. They couldn't have used an older person, somebody maybe more experienced, because then it would have looked more like a conspiracy for fact. But it's already fallen in a conspiracy category. No. Yes. It's already falling in the lines of this shit was a straight up setup. He was destined to pass away that day. It's unfortunate. They planned that shit. And that's what bothers me. The same thing he believed in is the same thing that came back and bit him in the ass. We got to be careful, y'all. Buckeye say, do you think he was the next Republican poster? Yes, I do. That's another thing. They knew that this guy, he made a statement. They said, would you ever run for president? And they were telling them, people were his audience, the teenagers, the college students were saying, oh, you should run for president. He said, maybe not president, but I would, I think he said like he would work in office or he would be vice president, some along the lines of that. So he wasn't opposed as to, I believe they were prepping him for the future. That's what I believe. And somewhere, something went wrong. They could have unalived this guy a long time ago. Why now? It's something about right now. Why now? It's something about right now. Why was right now the time to do this? Why was right now the time to say, we're going to go and we need to fix this shit now? Why was it now? It's something about now. I want y'all to pay attention. And once again, as doing my research, I found out there was a book on Amazon that was released the day before. And it was the unliving of Charlie Kirk. They didn't say unliving, but they say the K word, right? Jazz Rap say, will you feel the same way if Ben Shapiro has the same thing happen? He deviated against the narrative, Stone. Olin J, that's what I was saying. It's something he didn't do. And Jazz, what was that? Jazz Dub? Did I say that right? Jazz Dub said, will you feel the same way? Ben Shapiro is not the same age as Charlie Kirk. I don't think. No, I don't think so. Charlie Kirk was a little bit. What I feel, listen, let me just be honest. And see, I know you guys have some kind of heart. So let's stop that. I know you guys have some kind of heart. Y'all asking me what I feel the same way. Come on, man. Nobody wants to see nobody unalive. Stop that shit. I don't care who it is. Black, white, purple, midget, giant. Nobody wants to see nobody unalive. Y'all stop acting like y'all don't have emotions for anyone. When you desensitize yourself, you also do that for your own family and friends. That means you shouldn't cry when you lose a family member either. Y'all stop that, man. Because we have a point of view doesn't mean we should be disliked. It just means that we have our point of view and you don't have to agree to it. Even if you don't, I didn't say, listen, I watched a lot of his stuff. I did a little marathon. There was a lot of shit I didn't like, but it doesn't mean I wanted to see or anyone should see this man hurt. It's not right. It's not right what happened. And when you guys get through it and you're sitting at home in your house, it's not right what happened, no matter what. Even though he put himself in a line of fire without realizing he did it. When you take those people money and you align yourself with that kind of power, there's only one way it can end when you don't follow what you're supposed to do. Jazz, did I say that right? Your name, Jess? I don't know. The name is, I'm trying to read it. It says, that's the point. Everyone is getting radicalized and divided. Thank you. And that's what I don't like. We got to stop this divide, you guys. It's bigger than us. They're doing this to make this a thing with us. We got to be smarter, man. Come on, man. Like if you cut open your arm and I cut mine, we bleed the same way. Y'all got to see what the fuck is really going on. It is by design. They're doing this by design, you guys. They are doing the divide purposely to create chaos amongst different races. Y'all can't see this shit? Olin say divide and conquer. Consolidate power up to all body. Yep, facts. John Cash is being pushed from the very top. John, you are correct. Olin say that's right. Lisa say united we stand. Olin say it's obvious. My cousin said they took Malcolm X when he returned from the Middle East and found the truth, just like Charlie Kirk did. Yeah. Y'all want to know what I think? I believe Charlie Kirk was possibly going to make some different moves. Now, this is my theory. Y'all just rock with me on this. I believe he was going to make some different changes, some views that he had, and he shared those views with the people that were backing him. And he started sharing those views also. Some of the stuff he was sharing it live. He really was, lately I noticed more, he was really talking about Christianity and the church. And could some of those views have been the reason why he's not here now? Possibly. Could it be that he wanted to change his agenda as to what he was going to be talking about, and they were like, nah, stick with what we told you to? It could have been his own people that did this, like literally the people that backed him. It didn't have to be the opposition that did this. You don't even know. We don't even know. It could have been his own people that did this, the ones that backed him. The own people, the ones that got behind him and whispered in his ear and said, "We got you, buddy." Could have been those folks that did this. Y'all thinking maybe it could be the opposition. It might not have even been. Shazman said, "No one deserves to be taken out in such a manner. That is the narrative. That narrative is no longer about Epstein." Exactly. The narrative is no longer, exactly. Tyke Du said he was about to flip the script on him. Yes, see, Cuzzo knows. Olin, listen, family. Listen, you guys. Olin, I appreciate you, brother. It's the first time you've ever donated $50, but I kindly appreciate that. And I appreciate your support because you come to my channel consistently. And I thank you, brother. Thank you for being loved today and donating to the super chat. I appreciate you for that. I really do. Thank you, Olin. Thank you for the support. Desert Channel Explorer said, "Nothing sweet like when your worst enemies turns to be the best friend." Desert Channel, facts. Olin say, "True, nothing would surprise me. Sinister times." Boy, Olin, you said it, man. I mean, I am pros. What's up, family? Thank you for following my channel. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel and become a member of the channel. Listen, I noticed right after he said the unliving in Chicago, the gang violence in Chicago, he hit him like that. Yeah, and the gang violence in Chicago, that was it. I said, this reminds me too much of this Kennedy shit, man. Could they have been worried that he was going to flip the script in the future and become more of an ally to us, to the people? More of an alliance to the people? Were they worried? Were they worried? Like, man, this guy might end up being alliance to the people. Were they worried? He really cared about the young folks. He's a young guy. The teenagers really, because you got to think, the audience he was speaking to was one of the most important audiences in the world because they represent the future. So you don't think all these politicians, the Republicans and the Democrats, the conservatives, the middle, people in the middle lane, the new people, even neutral folks didn't say, this kid is the future. The name keeps ringing. He is the future. You don't think that those young people are going to vote for him in the future? Oh, he was going to run for president. They knew it. That's what the plans were for. They were priming him as a prime candidate. Did you think he would be a Republican? Would he run as a Republican or a Democrat? What are you guys' thoughts? I'm leaning more towards the Republican. Of course, we've heard him talk. We've heard him speak and what he believes in. He was going to be the future. And they knew that. And he knew that. Buckeye said, "Do you think this is the road to civil war?" Buckeye, I'm going to share you some crazy shit this guy said on my channel. This white guy by the name of, man, Jason, came to my channel a week ago. Really cool dude, man. I ain't even going to bullshit you, man. Even though he said some real solid racist shit, I have respect. Cuzzo, you remember he came into my channel? No, I don't think you were here. Ty said, when you come from there and see the original writings, you would see there and there's no such thing as heaven or hell. It's all destruction or eternal life. Exactly. Let me see. Ron Marine Lake said he was never going to become an ally to Foundation of Black Americans. Ron, of course not. I mean, it's clear. You can hear his conversation. I'm not going to disagree with you. You can hear his conversation, right? Right? You can hear it in his talk. I agree with you on that, Ron. Desert Channel said, we have something in common. The whole world is red blood. That's what we all have in common, Desert Channel Explorer said. Yes, all of our blood, we all bleed the same color. Nino, what I suggest for you, Nino, is go pull your motherfucking pants up and go wash your ass and get off my channel with that bullshit. See, it's black people like you that give black people a bad name. Yeah, I said it. It's black people like you who come into people's channel with that bullshit that get black people. You the kind of black people that white folks talk about. Fuck up off my channel with that bullshit. Divine Goddess said, greetings, son. What's up, Divine Goddess? T-Rex say he was an enemy. You show up in Kirk, the jerk's neighborhood, you going to jail or worse. T-Rex, that's facts. So T-Rex, let me ask you, family, because you've been on my channel for a minute. Do you agree with me when I said that it had to have been his own people that did this? J Bond said, I feel the MAGA pause getting too much slack about the Epstein files. You notice how I changed that, J Bond? Because he may be a part of it, so they needed a way to direct people away from it so that they unalive Charlie Kirk. Just my thoughts. J Bond, well, supposedly he was a witness for the Epstein files. That's what I heard in my reading. But think about it. To unalive this guy for that, J Bond, I think it's bigger than that. This guy, they were prepping him to be president in the future. That's my belief. Aaron, why would you come on my channel saying free Tyler? Let me ask you that question. Aaron what? Aaron Slotsberg. Let me ask you a question. I want you guys to look at Aaron Slotsberg. I'm going to show you what people come on here and do. They ain't got nothing else better to do. Aaron, why you come on my channel talking about free somebody? Like, who is that, and why should we care about freeing a motherfucker? Because if he's in jail, how the fuck he get in there? What did he do to put himself in there? You out here talking about free, and what did he do to put himself in there? Answer that question to all of us right now. J Bond said exactly what I was saying. He went against the grain. I think Charlie Kirk is something he didn't do or something he's supposed to say, because they could have done this a long time ago. Why now? Why unalive this man because he's speaking about something? No, it's bigger than that. T-Rex said, yeah, they said it was his own people, but he recently started speaking out against Israel. Okay. And the IDF, got you. Jazz said Charlie was supposed to cause, he put a traditional values and beliefs. He said, Jazz said Charlie was opposed because he put, yeah, I love when he would talk about the church and stuff like that. Those are the things I like, you know. And I like when he talked about, he said something I really like. He said a race, one race or the other should not have any power or control over being more important than the other. I like when he said that. I was like, okay. He got my thumbs up for that. So there were a lot of great qualities he had in him. You guys, you just had to seek for it. You can't just listen to what you thought was bad. He would say some deep shit, some stuff that made sense, even though a lot of black people felt like he was in opposition against black folks. Pharaoh, I don't know, Tutankhamen said mourning Kirk is like mourning Goliath. Kirk was an uneducated man complaining about the qualifications of professionals. Nothing about Kirk's life was Christ-like. A part of Abrahamic faith. Abrahamic faith? Okay, Abrahamic faith. Listen, I got to agree with what Pharaoh said. Just say traditional as in what founding fathers wanted. I agree with you on that also. G, is it G? And Pharaoh. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, G. Pharaoh, you're right. You can't mix Christianity with politics. It's like the same beast. You can't, because there's people that will fight about Christianity and religion just as much as they will about being a Republican or Democrat. You can't mix those two together. You can't say I'm a Christian, so trust me, because I'm using the guides of Christianity to get you to listen to me. So hey, I'm a Christian, trust me. Like if I said my mom was an evangelist, you guys should trust Stone. That shouldn't mean shit. What am I what are my actions showing? What am I saying out of my mouth should be what we focus on, as opposed to me after I'm done speaking telling you I'm a Christian, and just because I'm a Christian, you supposed to believe everything I say. We can't just go off of that anymore. Renat says exactly, not mix exactly. We can't mix it, you guys, because it's just not good. G said he was very educated. See, G said he was educated, and then Pharaoh said he wasn't. Divine Goddess said, I love what you're doing here. Thank you, Divine Goddess. Skippy said, evil is revealing itself more and more every day. You know what I noticed? Let me share something with you. We've had a black president. We've had black activists. We've had Hispanic activists. We've had, even in history, Asian folks being activists, right? But you've never seen black people be unalive for their views about racism, like how racist people are to us. No, people don't go unalive us because they know that's the truth. I've noticed in history, whenever there is somebody that looks like the powers that be, and they feel like it's going to be a future threat, they unalive them. Now, I don't know. Y'all work with me on this. But does it not seem strange that this guy represented the powers that be, and then he's unalived? Martin Luther King, they unalived him because of what he was talking about, what he was going to be in the future. Malcolm X, they unalived him because of what he was going to be like in the future. Jesse Jackson seemed to have gotten quiet after Martin Luther King passed away. I'm not saying that he just didn't do anything for black people, but his fight wasn't the same after Martin Luther King passed away. Are you guys in agreement with me? Was he fearing for his life? For the most, black people will speak about what's happened to us with racism, and nothing happens to us because we're telling our truth. But if there was a white guy speaking for black people on what's not right with racism, typically they don't live long. If he speaks for us too much, they don't live too long. In this case, that wasn't the case. I think that he was not saying what they wanted him to say. And he probably, was saying, well, this is what I think I should do. And they're like, no, this is what we want you to do. That guy didn't know that that was going to happen to him. But the system did. Pharaoh said, meaning this entire reality and narrative is a simulation of time occurring in reverse, going back to beginning to fall from the heavens from all to witness in real time. It's all parallel, Brother Pharaoh. I agree with you. Divine said, right, they keep taking the truth speakers. Pharaoh said, this is all forfeited in Deuteronomy, Revelations, and Genesis. Yes, it is. Pharaoh, I grew up in church. My mom was an evangelist. She would give us scriptures to read damn near 6 days a week, put scriptures in our shoes. I would get to school, take my shoes off. There are scriptures my mom put in there. And then we would get home and she would ask us, what did she leave for us to read? We had to memorize that scripture, but then tell us how we interpreted that scripture. So everything you're saying, Pharaoh, I'm with you. I'm with you. G said Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. Yep. Ron said, hey, Ron, thank you if you're a subscriber to my channel. I'm not sure if you're not. G, if you are, if you guys are not, hopefully you subscribe to my channel. Ron Marine Blakely said, tools that are last shall be first, and those that are first should be at last. There's a paradigm shift. Ooh, the shift is going down. The shift has been going, it's crazy. Ty said there's a whole group where that assassins came from. They've shown themselves in the weird post you saw celebrating Kirk's unveiling. Salam, what's going on? Is it Salim? Salim, yes, I'm a musician. Yes, I am. But my channel, I don't just talk about music here. I talk about life and the things that affect us. So I'm not just a music channel. I mean, I was at one point, but a very famous friend of mine passed away, and my mission became using my platform to do more, not just talk about my new albums that are out when I go on tour. I didn't want it to just be about that. They're like, we have responsibilities. When you have a platform, you have to use it wisely and be responsible for how you use it. And that's what I am doing. Greece, listen, there we go again. Look, my Greece folks, listen, Greece, I love you guys, man. Listen, let me show you something. A friend of mine gave me something from Greece. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Hold on. A friend of mine gave me something from Greece. Watch this. Just yesterday. Just yesterday. It's crazy. Watch. A friend of mine just gave me something from Greece. So tell me if you know what this is. I told her, bring me some rocks from Greece, right? I'm that kind of person. Like when you go somewhere, I want the rocks. Like you ain't got to give me a t-shirt. Bring me some rocks. So she brought me this from Greece. It's some rocks from Greece with a smudger. And I guess I take this and I light it and it smells up the house and stuff like that from Greece. So thank you for the person from Greece in here. Let me see. Costas. Costas, hopefully you subscribe to my channel and become a member. I appreciate you. I love people from all over the world because when I get ready to go back on tour, there's certain places I plan to hit. And possibly Greece. Greece might be one of the spots. And Cece, my moderator, she just came back from Greece. Cece, I forgot to tell you, another friend of mine got me this from Greece. Because you know I'm all about, my smudging and, meditation and all that. Costas, yeah. Thank you for thank you for subscribing to my channel. I appreciate you, Costas, for that. We're in trouble, you guys. We're in trouble, not just in America, in the world. Because when people can think it's okay for a person to be unalived on national TV, we got a problem, Houston. We have a problem. Where is the compassion and love for just the human being anymore? Where's our love and compassion for each other? Make sure when you're coming in, you guys, you're hitting the like too as you're coming in, because we got 40 people on here. We should have 40 likes. I mean, if y'all could please do that for me, I really appreciate you. Hit the thumbs up, please, and hit the hearts. It's just all love, man. It's just all love. Sometimes you'll see me in a recording studio. Sometimes you see me on here speaking to you. So please, if you don't mind, if you love what I'm talking about and when I talk, just give me a thumbs up, man. I don't ask for much. G said, brother, it won't come until we have bad relationship. I know. Unfortunately, G, I'm not even trying to, because J Bond, somebody said earlier, do I think we're headed towards civil war? No, I don't think so. Mr. Update, what's up, family? Mr. Updates, hopefully you are subscribed to my channel, family. I appreciate you for sliding through. I appreciate you. Lalas Claudia. Is that Las Claudia? Las Claudia, thank you. Hopefully you subscribe to my channel. I don't think we're headed towards civil war. This is my opinion. It's my opinion. I don't. I believe in the divine intervention. I believe, are there things that I think that are going on that are biblical? Absolutely. But civil war, I don't think so, man. Nah, but things are going to get crazy, but I don't, that's my opinion. Y'all remember I said it. G said, this is what makes us strong again. Good times create bad times. Bad times create bad relationships, and bad relationships create strong people. And I agree with you. And from strong people, then you can create a balance. Because that's what we're missing, is that balance. G said, it's a cycle that repeats itself. This is also a way to look at a relationship. Well, this is just the psychology of life, G, that you're spitting. That's just the general psychology. And you're right. If you want to pay attention to the world, pay attention to your everyday actions, even with your friends, because it all applies the same way to how this world is being operated. It's the same analogy. You're right, G. If we want to know, look at how we deal in our daily lives and friendships and relationships. That'll give us the roadmap. Pharaoh said, the world is about a time sequence with verses about 5 in one house, 3 again, 2 and 2 against 3 refers to 1971, and noon eclipse, a rarity occurring only 50 times in the last 5,000 years. Let me read that again. Pharaoh said the word is about time sequence with verse about 5 in some house. No, I'm sorry, 5 in one house, 3 against 2, 2 against 3, referring to the 1971 moon eclipse, a rarity occurring only 50 times in the last 5,000 years. So Pharaoh's saying, pay attention to the cycle. Pay attention to the cycle of the universe. Pharaoh's saying if you pay attention to the cycle of the universe, it'll guide you and you'll see exactly what's going on and you can actually predict what's going to happen. That's what he's telling you guys. It repeats itself. That cycle's happening. Every 5,000 years, certain cycles happen. And this particular one he's talking about comes around every 5,000 years. It's kind of just like when they talk about the meteors, how many fall at how many years? Every 1,000 years you get a big one, or every these many years. But people don't pay attention to that, Pharaoh, and that's the sad part about it. Something as simple as that. Mr. Africa, what's up, family? How you doing? Mr. Africa, hopefully you survive. Listen, today is a cool day, man. I've been getting some cool people from Greece, Africa, and somebody else from some other countries. I've been getting some cool people checking in. Listen, Mr. Africa, hopefully you subscribe to my channel. If you're not subscribed, my algorithm on YouTube has switched to a lot of people from different countries following me. I don't know what happened and how that happened, but it's been amazingly cool. Yeah, I like it. I love when I have demographics of different people that can come in here and share their knowledge with each other. Can you just think about this? We're all from different places and everybody's coming in here giving their thoughts and their opinions, and nobody's suppressing it. And we're sharing knowledge. Everybody's learning something from being on this live. Pharaoh said, Son of Man, second coming refers to reincarnation. And well, when you say cycles, that is reincarnation. I'm a Buddhist, so we believe in reincarnation. So when you hear me say cycles, that's reincarnation. That's all a cycle is. Even living in the matrix. When people repeat themselves, I say, you're repeating a cycle. You're doing the same thing over again. That's a version of common day reincarnation, because you don't have to die to repeat a cycle, but you're repeating it right there in the virtual element. You see what I'm saying? In real time. He says, Son of my man, second coming verse of reincarnation, the one to look for constellations, Aquarius, a man, while wearing linen cloth over a river, carrying a jug of water or water bearer. Now, Pharaoh, my cousin on here, Ty Deuce, he gets it. You and him actually remind me of each other. Ty, Cuzzo, look at Pharaoh. Y'all actually talk like each other. Yeah. Now, what I eventually plan to do, you see how you guys are talking? One day, I plan to, include when I go on tour, but in the future, I plan to actually start having panels of conversations like this and invite most of my people on this channel to get on the panel as I'm touring, and we talk about issues like this live as I'm touring. It might just not be about music, but we have these kind of conversations. Mr. Africa said, I am good, my big brother. How are you, big brother? I'm good, Mr. Africa. No complaints. Hopefully you subscribe to my channel. Hopefully you subscribe, brother. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, Mr. Africa, okay? Make sure you do that. Because today has been great. I'm having great conversation with you guys. I just know, man, tomorrow's not promised to any of us. you guys. Tomorrow's not promised to any one of us on here. But what we do have to remember is if we're not getting any knowledge and wisdom out of what's happening, then that cycle that Pharaoh was talking about, even he's talking about the reincarnation version of that. I'm talking about the living real-time version of that. If we don't learn something from the knowledge, we're going to repeat it, and we're going to repeat it quick. Henceforth, never moving anywhere, because you're just repeating the same cycle of stuff that you know that you can make better, but you just keep repeating the same negative situation, and it's the same outcome we get. Pharaoh said, everyone carries a return date on their 2 hands, 10 fingers like tablets. Commandments are after 40 days, nights, 41st days, or 2:10. God take the wheel, plays hands at 2 and 10. Hey, y'all. If y'all don't know, Pharaoh's talking like my uncles now. Pharaoh's saying some deep shit. And I know most of y'all probably don't get it. So if you want to just screenshot what he's saying some deep shit. I haven't actually had, my uncle was the last person to spit that. And I'm seeing Pharaoh on there, and Ty talk like this too. And Pharaoh, here's the thing. When I talk to people like this, they think I'm crazy. So I love that you come in here spitting the game. Thank you, Pharaoh. He said, now, if an angel in heaven or son of God knows the return date, say for God, who am I? Amen, Pharaoh. Brother Pharaoh, thank you. Thank you for everybody that's come in here and has given their advice to everybody that's in here, has shared knowledge and wisdom. That's what this is about. How do we become smarter individuals? That is sharing the knowledge amongst each other, and having a conversation, even if a person don't believe you. Even if they don't believe you, have that conversation anyway. Share that knowledge with them anyway. Because eventually they will remember what you said. They'll go back to it. Like, what was that thing Pharaoh said? What was that thing Ty said? What was that thing J Bond said? Eventually they'll go back searching for the knowledge when they feel like they're ready to hear. Pharaoh said, now, if no angel is in heaven or son of God knows the return. Yep. Pharaoh said, look at the Bible verse 2:10 for the narrative of Son of Man. There it is again. We got Pharaoh on here preaching. Go ahead, preach, Pharaoh. Pharaoh on here laying it out for y'all. Isn't it wonderful to be able to come to a live where you're getting something out of the live instead of getting a whole bunch of trolls talking a whole bunch of nothing? Doesn't it feel good to feed your soul with the truth? Doesn't it feel good to feed your soul with truth? Doesn't it, you guys? I'm just saying, does that not feel good on a Saturday to come on a live where because I got some smart people on my channel. The stoners on my channel are very smart. My intellectual folks are smart. They come on here and they're speaking facts. And they're sharing. They don't mind sharing. Like Brother Pharaoh, he don't mind sharing. Brother Ty, J Bond, and some of the other ones that have come on here and spoke. They don't mind sharing the truth. I don't mind sharing the truth. Brother Ron came over here spitting some truth. They don't mind sharing the truth. That's what this is about. Brother Ron said, not to divert the conversation, but I wanted to ask a quick question. How do you feel about Foundations of Black Americans receiving reparations? League, he said, dog, nobody is smart. Okay, Ron, let me address League 1, 2, 3. I want you guys to look at League 1, 2, 3. So when I say this is why white people think black people, the way they think of us, it's guys like this who confirm the bullshit they believe. This guy comes on here. We're having a deep conversation. He says, dog, nobody is smart. No, we actually all are smart. We just use that shit in the wrong way. Smart is if you choose to be. Dumb is if you choose to be. And dog, what's this dude's name? Hold on, where he at? Mystique, you didn't delete that, did you? Hold on. Damn, man. Somebody delete him. Y'all gotta leave it. When I'm talking to these guys that come in here and leave, y'all gotta leave their comments so I can let people read the stuff they say. Now, this guy came in here where he's getting educated. He gonna come in here and say, nobody's smart. Somebody told that dude he was a dummy all his life, and he believed it. And then he wants to get on my live and make us believe that we're all dumb because somebody told him all his life growing up that he was dumb. And he comes on here and he says, nobody's smart. Bro, listen. Listen. Not with your eyes, but with your ears. Yeah, League 123. League 123 says nobody is smart. League 123, what do you mean by that? Expand. I notice people on here will say things, but they won't expand. League, what do you mean by nobody's smart? Just say what you got to say. Do you feel like you're not smart? Because when you say nobody, you don't know us. So you must feel like you're not smart. Or you have a problem with my people that are coming in here who are educating you on some real shit. And you can't get with it because you don't understand it. So you feel like, oh, man, they don't know what they talking about. You're wrong. Learn how to take it in. If you don't believe it, go study it. You can screenshot what my people say on here, and you can go study it. They wouldn't get on here and just say something that's made up. So you have a few different kind of black folks. You have the ones that are, they've been awoken a long time ago. You have the ones in the middle, conservatives. They don't really give a fuck about neither side. And then you have the motherfuckers from the streets that just don't give a fuck about nothing, nobody, and they don't believe nothing going on unless it comes from the street. Well, the people that I deal with have been awoken a long time ago to the truth. So when you come on this channel and people are trying to give you something, if you don't want to take it, just don't come here. But don't come here and telling me nobody's smart. God made you smart. You were born smart. How you use it is on you. Pharaoh said, Jesus said, one has to be childlike to enter into the father's house. A child will be responsible for the mother and father's death. Call no man father on earth. Father is in heaven. Absolutely. E-Rock, Shabbat. What's up, family? Olin Jr. said, that's right. Is that E-Rock? Enoch, what's going on, family? Welcome to my channel. Hopefully you subscribe. You've become a subscriber of the channel. I hope you do. I mean, I don't know, man. I just think, listen, I know. We're all sent to this earth for a greater reason. Some never figure out what their real purpose on planet Earth is. Some don't figure it out until the last minute, and then it's too late to do something about it. Wouldn't you like to know what your purpose and design of being on this earth is? Wouldn't you like to know? Because the signs have been given to you. The man upstairs gives you the signs. You're just not doing it because you're too busy getting on YouTube telling people what they're saying is bullcrap or they're not smart because you're scared of the real knowledge. And so therefore you want to suppress the real knowledge of yourself that's inside of you. Yak said, blessing, brother. So what's up, brother Yak? Auntie Mickey said, what did I walk in on? Oh, Auntie Mickey, some idiot. Because my people in here spitting the truth to him, and he going to say, well, I forgot what he said. Something about nobody's smart. I told him he must not be smart because he chooses to not be smart. But don't come in here and saying nobody's smart. And I was like, well, maybe when you were young, you've been told you were dumb so long, you believed it. Because that's usually where it comes from. Imported, what does that say? Babies, imported babies said, imported babies, why? I want y'all to read what imported babies says right there. This is another Negro. Now, I don't mean to be harsh, but I want to show you what black folks do. They come into other black folks' lives and they say, let me ask you a question. Imported babies. I want to say you're black, but you might not be black. And if you are black, shame on you. Because for you to come in another black man's life and to just say some whack, corny shit, it tells me a lot about who you are. You're immature, number one. You ain't got shit going on in your life. Number two, you's a dumb motherfucker, you. And get the fuck up off my channel. Go to a kid's channel where you can talk the way you want to talk and act like a teenager. Because you got a lot of growing up to do, bro. Like real talk. Stay the fuck off my channel with that bullshit. Pharaoh said this notion of earthly fatherhood places flesh over spirit, which is why God always chose second Eve, Abel. Yeah. We're having church today, y'all. Buckeye say, man, the haters are out in force. See, yeah, them haters come out on Saturday because, the mama go to work. They ain't on mama nipple on the weekend. So they running around the house with the toys spread all over the place, them ones that live home with mama. The ones that live home with mama ain't got no job. They, holding on to mama's nipple. That's what that is. Mama done woke them up on Saturday morning and said, clean this motherfucking house up. And they got mad and got to see me on YouTube while they cleaning up and don't know what they talking about and just coming on here saying stupid shit. Campbell #6 a troll comedy. Shaking my head. About to be removed. Buckeye say, man, yep, Buckeye, that's a fact. Leanne, what's up? What's going on, Leanne? Yak just put a laughing face. Auntie Mickey said, basement trolls, yep. Barney, yeah, rest in peace to Kirk, man. I don't have hate in my bone for nobody. If it didn't matter if it was an Asian person that had passed away sitting on that stage. It wouldn't have mattered if it was an African person passed away that lives in Africa that's not a black person. It didn't matter if it was a midget. I would say the same thing. That man had a wife and kids, and nobody deserves to go out like that. So for the people that made fun of that shit, shame on you. And the karma that you get from that shit, that man's already dealing with the decision he made to deal with the people he dealt with. Y'all don't need to make that shit no worse by making fun of it. And I'm just telling you, I'm on here to say rest in peace and condolences to the family and talk about how fucked up the world is. That could have been anybody's cousin or uncle or father. Leanne said, I'm good, CC. Samson, I'm going to do you a favor. I'm going to give you a chance to take your little monkey ass up off my live with your corny ass bullshit. You're another one. You ain't got nothing to do this Saturday morning. Go wash your ass and brush your teeth before you sit here and try to be a comedian on my motherfucking channel. Fuck up out my live with that bullshit, man. Go on somewhere with that shit, man. Y'all motherfuckers don't have nothing else better to do. Your life is full of negativity, which is why you will continue to attract negativity. You will continue. Let me give you some pointers. If you wonder why you're having a fucked up life right now, this goes for anybody coming across my timeline doing this. CC, do me a favor. Unblock that Jason guy. If that's the same guy that came on here, unblock him because I just got word he made a comment that I didn't even see. Now, if this is the same Jason that told me he's a former Nazi member, let him, CC, unblock him because I want to see what he has to say. Because, Jason, if you're coming back in my live, when I gave you a week ago, I let you talk. You're not going to come back on my live, Jason, and say the same old corny bullshit you said a week ago. We're not going to rehash that conversation. But I will let you post so my people can see that corny shit you have to say. Okay? I don't know what you feel like you're doing, Jason. We had a conversation about your thoughts and what you think. Saying that 10 out of 10 black men, pack your bags, you're going to be going. I let you talk. I let you come in here and talk. And I let you on here with my black brothers and sisters and Asians and my Indians. I let you come in here and talk to a whole bunch of people that were not white. And I allowed you to do that. But what I'm not going to allow you to do is think you can keep coming on here saying that shit, using my channel to spew the bullshit. Now, that's where it ends, Jason. So, CC, if you blocked him, please unblock him. Because I did allow him to come in here and talk last week. I don't think you were out of town, CC, so you missed him. And I gave him the right to talk. I want to continue to let him speak. I want to continue to let him speak. You understand what I'm saying? So if you can unblock him, CC, I would really appreciate it. Because I want people to see what this dude says. Ty, Cuzzo, he's back. Because you weren't on here the last time he was on here. So obviously he came in here and said some crazy shit. Ghostborn said, yeah. So Ghostborn, let me tell you what happened. So a week ago, this guy, Jason, he came on here. Ghostborn, he came on here and said, hey, 10 out of 10 black men are going to be deported. I said, bro, I said, go ahead and talk. I said, that'll never happen. He said, well, it's not going to be. I said, Trump can't do that with American citizens. He's like, oh, now do I believe, now don't get me wrong, I'm not stupid. Do I believe that when they ship the, I said to him, well, when they're shipping the Haitians over, some black people are going to become casualty of that shit. They might be walking down the street. I said, that's going to happen. He said, no. He said 10 of 10 black Americans going to be shipped over. So I was like, what makes you think that? I said, ain't going to be Trump. He said, nah, it's not going to be Trump. This is what the dude says to me. So I tell everybody on my live, I said, I want y'all to listen to what this guy is saying. And I told him, I appreciate you coming in here sharing this with us, right? It could be just him talking. It could not. Then I said, listen, I said, you white, you can't be black. He said, he is the new Nazi movement. That's what he said to me. I said, okay, go ahead. And I let him talk. Then he said, I said, well, what's your problem with black people? Did you get beat up when you were young? Did they take your girlfriend? Did they do something to you? Then he proceeds to say to me, no, black people ain't never done nothing wrong with me. I said, then what's your problem with them? He said, immigrations. I said, black people are not immigrants. And then I asked him, I said, do you know that? And he never answered that question. So I said to him, I said, listen, man, you might just need somebody to love you, brother. So I'm going to say to you, I love you, brother. Now, before he got off the live, he said, I love you too. And he said he loved my subscribers, to everybody. But he never answered my question. I said, do you know that black people are not immigrants? He got off and he never answered it. Ghostbone, yeah. Ghostbone, yeah, he did. It was crazy, Ghostbone. Now, granted, Ghostbone, now check this out. I'm okay with people, because if we can never have dialogue, Ghostbone, we can never get nothing solved. So my thing is create dialogue, right? Create dialogue. I let him come into my channel and speak his honesty so that I could ask him questions, because the only way we're going to understand people that think like that is to allow them to tell us he wasn't being racist. He wasn't coming on here using no N words. So I allowed him to speak his truth, but it doesn't mean it is the truth, because I wanted to hear what he had to say and how they think. So I appreciated him sharing it, but somebody just told me he came in today spewing the same bullshit, and we're not going to have that same conversation when we've already had it. You can come in and talk about some other shit, but don't come in and talk about 10 of 10 black men going to be sent back to Africa. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. Ghostbone said, bros, wow. Leeless Claudia said, guitar. What's up, Leeless? Yeah. Ghostbone, I let him come in here and talk. Blue Belafonte said, that's a big problem. Education, yes. Right? Blue Belafonte, how do we get to know each other if we don't have conversation and dialogue, right? How do I get to know a person? You got to remember, black people only make up 13% of the U.S. population. Although we're on TV, every time you turn the channel, you see us, but there's a lot of people that don't even interact with black people. Have y'all thought about that? There's a lot of people in certain towns that have never even met a black person. I know I'm sounding crazy, but it's the truth. There's some people that just don't have black friends. So my thing is, if you're racist and you come to this channel, don't come here saying the N-word and all that. But if you want to talk, we're here to talk, because there's nothing wrong with us to talk. There's nothing wrong with us talking. Ghostbone said, respect to you for handling it right. Ghostbone, yeah, I wish you was here to see it, bro. CC said, you always good, Auntie Mickey. Yeah, Ghostbone, thank you, family. I appreciate that. In the Wind TV, High Storm for Kansas City in the house. Y'all give big ups to Kansas City. Kansas City, I'm setting up this tour, so I might come to your city once I get some more people that follow me from Kansas City and add you guys to the tour. Me and my band. I appreciate you, Kansas City. In the Wind TV, hopefully you subscribe to my channel. Andrea Promano said, who Who what? Graduated from Art Institute. Have to be a music teacher. Oh, you're going to be a music teacher? Oh, you're saying who graduated from the Art Institute and happened to be a... I mean, I graduated from college for music. I mean, not no Art Institute, but music production, writing, arranging. Is that what you're asking? If there's anybody in here that graduated from an Art Institute? Ghostbone, hopefully you subscribe to my channel, family. Buckeye said, much respect for having an open... Yeah, you know, like, I don't have a problem with us letting people come on here and talk, because I know you guys are going to ask them questions. I wish all my fellas, because I had no black men in the comments that day. There was all my black men were gone. I don't know where you guys were. But that day, I wish you guys were in the comments, because you could have asked him questions, because he was having a good conversation. But then again, I've had a good 4 or 5 Caucasian men come in here, and they've been very respectful. And they've had conversations about the truth. And we got to respect them for sharing the truth of what's going on in their community with black folks. They don't have to share it. He didn't have to tell me that shit, but it let me know there's something going on. Bill Belafonte say, facts. You had an admitted neo-Nazi to say he loves you and your audience, essentially black folks. Yes. Listen, Blue Belafonte, he said he loved me, and he said he said, I love you guys. I love you, Stone, and I love you guys. He said love to my people. So I was like, you know what? That dude ain't got no hate in his heart. Somebody's forcing him to not like black people, or making him feel like he has to follow that agenda. Boss Lady, what's up? Boss Lady said, I graduated from the Arts Institute of Stone, Paxton University. Hey! Boss Lady says she graduated from the Art Institute of Stone, Paxton. I know that's right. Come on, Boss Lady. Let them know. Let them know, Boss Lady. Pharaoh said the truth to the entire Abrahamic faith is based on Pharaoh's father, Queen, not pectoral. There we go. My brother Pharaoh spitting it again. Ty, look at Pharaoh. Ty, Pharaoh spitting it again, Ty. Yes, Boss Lady. Oh, yeah. Listen, all my happy people on here, man. I love you guys, man. Kalsuma, what's up, family? Yo, you guys, listen. The world, we got a problem. Boss Lady, thank you for the $9.99 donation. I appreciate you. Thank you. Boss Lady always holds me down. And then today we had another donation, too, from my boy, Iron. I think it was Iron. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you so much. Love you too, Boss Lady, and we appreciate you. Buckeye say we love you too, Stone. Thank you, Buckeye. I love you guys too, man. I really do, man. And you guys gonna see that when I hit this tour, hit the road, man. I bring this show to your city, me and my band. It's gonna be all love, man. It's gonna be all love. That's the reason I've been telling you guys to go to my post. You know, YouTube has posts. I got a post talking about the tour. I just need you guys to go in there and put it, not on here, not on the live, but on the post on my YouTube channel. Just put your city, because I'm calculating how many people are in what city. So when I put this together, that's going to be based on the lineup and what cities I'm going to hit first or last. Boss Lady, I'm coming to Florida because my cousin Ty is there, so I got to come there. You're there. And I think I got a lot of Florida folks that want to see me. I think because this tour is going to be an intimate tour. I'm only doing 100-person venue. So I'm only selling tickets to 100 people to keep it real intimate. That's how I'm going to do it. Keep it very small. Ron said, I see you avoiding the reparation questions, so I'm assuming that you don't rock. Oh, hold on, Ron. Brother Ron, listen, I think I said I was going to get back to you. You'd be so many questions. Not avoiding. Don't ever assume. Assumption makes an ass out of you and me, so let's not assume. No, we should have had reparations a long time ago, Brother Ron. That's overdue. I don't know why. And here's the thing. Let me share something with you about reparation. When Jewish families come, they gave Jewish folks reparation for the Holocaust. America did. Did y'all know that? Did you guys know they gave them money for reparations because of the Holocaust? That shit didn't even happen in our country. When Jewish people come to America, God bless their hearts, they have a fund set up to help their own people. They want to open up businesses. They have a fund to help their people. And the Jewish community feeds a lot of people. Here in Vegas, there's a Jewish organization. You don't have food, you go to it, they give you boxes of food. So they don't just they help their people, but they help the Black community and Hispanic community, whoever needs help. But if you're Jewish and you come to America and you want to start a business and you don't have no funds, they will cut a check. Be like, here you go start your business. Of course, you got to pay the money back. We should have had reparations a long time ago. We should have. That's not even something as an African American community we should even have to argue with anybody about. They should have been cutting those checks for our ancestors and the families that can show and prove that they were tied into their ancestors being slaves. That should have been done a long time ago. Why they keep making us wait, I don't know. Sharon, what's up? Ty do say, yep, they get a check every month. What's up, Sharon? Buckeye for Life say, yes, they did. Yeah. Somehow, Brother Ron thought I was avoiding his questions. I would never avoid questions. But what I will tell you, is it Ron? Yeah, Ron, this live, there's a lot of comments coming in. So sometimes I'll start talking to another person and say I'm going to answer that question, and it should be doing this, man. Buckeye said, I have a degree in modern history, and you really have to dig to know that kind of history. But it is true. The Jewish reparations, Buckeye for Life. Your brother Stone studies, man. I'll be studying because I don't like to talk about stuff I don't know. That's why I appreciate like Pharaoh and different people that get on here. If there's things I don't know, you guys fill in the blanks. I love it when there's people. I love it when there's people that come on here and that speak and that share things that maybe I didn't even know. Kosuma Akatar, what's happening? Kosuma Akatar says, I go on your live and you don't say hi to me. Kosuma Akatar, I just said hi. I actually said hi earlier, but you didn't hear it, obviously. Kosuma Akatar, what's up, Kosuma Akatar? Stop acting like I don't say hello to you. Yak say, why would you give reparations to people you've used? Yes. Come on. Kazo Tai said reparations are obtainable. You just have to get your documents for yourself to present. Yes, because the money is there. Kazo just said the money is there. You just got to get your documents to present to your community. But let's get back to Charlie Kirk, y'all. Let's get back there because that's what this conversation is about. It bothered me to see this young man unalive that way on live TV. And I will say it again. It bothered me to see this young man unalived. He didn't deserve it. No matter what. No matter what. You wouldn't deserve it. Your cousin wouldn't deserve it. Your mom, dad, nobody would deserve anything like that. Nobody deserves that. Buckeye said he was only 31. Leanne said Native Americans get money if they are able to prove they are heritage, what they're from, and yes, they do. As long as they can prove, then they get a nation card and they can be included, and they can actually live on the reservation too. Charlie Kirk did not deserve what happened to him. Now I know there's some that will agree with me, and there's a lot that won't. I don't really give a fuck. I'm just saying in general, no man deserves to pass away like that. Not like that. Not like that. That just wasn't cool. And I wish, listen, I'm going to give you an analogy. Politics is like the similarities to the drug game, right? Or gangs. When you get involved with a gang, it's for life. Anybody that know gang members will tell you. There's no way you can't say, hey, buddy, hey, guys, I figure that, today I'm quit. Ain't no quitting. The drug game. That's why guys make so much money they can't get out of it. But the sacrifice to being in that game is their life. They are risking their life. Politics is no different. When you start to carry the weight of somebody's ideas and opinions and you're getting paid to do it, you have just signed up for some dangerous shit. And I think that young man did not realize really what he had gotten in bed with. I don't think he really realized. He might have had a clue, but it was bigger than him. That system was built 4 or 5 fathers ago or more. He just didn't realize what he had signed up for, you guys. He didn't. He didn't know. He might have had an idea, but he really didn't know. And if he had a moment to think about it at that last minute, his thoughts were, damn, they got me. Damn, they got me. Hit the heart, you guys. Let's boost the algorithm up before I get off of here. They got me. Damn, they got me. I'm born again said it's not about the politics. It's not about the left versus right. It's about good versus evil. It goes deeper than politics. His daughter heard the shot and Kim and ran to Charlie. Okay, I'm born again. I'm born again. Let me educate you. I'm born again just said it's not about the politics. It's not about the left or right. I'm born again. You have to be reborn again today because what you're saying ain't making no sense. It's always been about the politics. It's always been about the left and right. If it were not, that young man would have been here today. Good versus evil is running the left and right. It's running the politics. What are you talking about? Good versus evil is running that. It is about the politics. There's no other vested interest if it wasn't. Evil is fueled by greed. Greed is fueled by money, control, and power. What are you talking about? I respect your opinion, but come on, man. Let's use some. Come on, man. Keep it solid. It is about the politics. It is. That is evil. That is evil. When you fool people and convince a person they have to go this way or that way and you're going to do better, it's going to be better, and then you deceive them. That is evil based on money, grief, control, and power. It is about the politics. Don't matter what you say, and it's not going to change. And if it wasn't about that, we would not be here where we're at in the world and the problems we have right now, born again. Ty said it's not publicized, so when I hear that question about asking someone what they feel about reparation, I'm like, do you get yours yet? Yeah, well, he was, I respect Brother Ron, but he was, and then when he came back and said, I see you dodging the question. He sounded familiar like somebody that had come on my channel before. When I don't answer their question, like I got to answer their motherfucking question. I don't have to answer your question. Out of courtesy, I answer. But my thoughts are, what do you think about reparations? Since you asked me that question, Brother Ron, thank you, Cuzzo Ty. Ron, what do you think about reparation? Because I noticed you didn't say nothing after I said what I said. What's your thoughts on reparations, Ron? Auntie Mickey said the facts that an assassin on 22 is indicative that the racist tone being opposed is not necessarily being effective on the youth as it once was. Auntie Mickey, correct. Farrell said, better bill gives $33 billion a month to 1% and $1 million for a new roof. No, 100,000 for a new roof based on zip codes. Predominantly white areas, while having you argue over $1 billion over 12 months for SNAP. Oh, they give $1 million for new roofs across the country, right? Yeah, and you see what they did with SNAP? You see what they did with SNAP? Y'all, man. Pharaoh, thank you, Pharaoh. I appreciate you today. I thank Pharaoh for coming on the channel and all of you, all my new folks. Pharaoh, thank you for digging deep, man. Thank you for sharing some of this knowledge with some things that people don't know. Ron said, if you sow demonic seeds, what do you expect to harvest? I guess Ron is telling you guys, because I know he's not saying to me, he's saying in general. If a person sows demonic seeds, what do you expect to harvest? So Ron is saying basically what happened was harvested. Like, you planted that kind of seeds. That's what you, and I have to agree with him. Like, it's like if we get ourselves involved with being a drug dealer and we step into somebody's territory, we're going to have issues, especially for somebody that's been running the game for a minute, right? Whatever comes with it, comes with it. Even if it's being unalive, it's going to come with it. Boss Lady said true. I'm Born Again said it goes deeper than politics, my man. An innocent man died. Do y'all, okay, want y'all to read what Born Again said. Born Again must have jumped on my channel late. I'm Born Again. Because he's spewing things to me that I've already spoken about. He said, it goes deeper than politics, my man. An innocent man died. Duh. Why you think I'm on here talking about it? I already spoke about that. I said it was bigger than that. Did I not say, everybody on here, did I not say that earlier? You probably want to go rewind I'm Born Again, because I already said what you're saying. I already said what you're saying. But at the end of the day, I'm Born Again is still politics. You can't say it's demonic and politics are not involved. You can't even say that. It is bigger, but it just so happened to be politics were involved. But it is bigger. And I said that in the beginning, that it is bigger than that. I said that starting off my video. Go rewind and watch it. Sharon said, Ty said, does Ron know how to prove he's ADOS? I know, huh? Ty, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. You might want to talk to Ron real quick on here, cuzzo. I'm Born Again said, reparation, nobody should pay for their forefathers' misdoings. Well, there you are. I'm Born Again also thinks that nobody should pay for their forefathers, you know. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, but you don't think that what has happened to people, I mean, let me ask you something. I'm Born Again. You don't think black people deserve reparation? Yes or no? I'm just going to ask you that question. Do you think African Americans deserve reparation? Yes or no? I'm Born Again. Sharon said, I totally agree. Nobody deserves to be murked like that at any time for your views. Charlie had his views and allowed things to roll off of his tongue. Karma will meet you when the universe sees fit. Facts. Natalia said, yes, you did. Thank you, Natalia. Natalia, you've been hiding in there not saying nothing? Auntie Mickey said, in other words, Ron, if you live by the sword, you die by the sword. You heard what Auntie Mickey said, Ron? Boss Lady said, yes, you did, Stone. You spoke on that already. Yeah, I love it when people come in my live and they catching me and they ask me a question I've already answered. It's weird. Ron said, I totally agree with your response concerning reparations. There was no need to give a rebuttal. Well, Ron, if you were paying attention, I don't know. Ron, are you on here to debate with me or something? Because you're talking to me like I'm a kid. And if we're going to have that, you could just get the fuck up off my channel. Don't ever tell me there's no need for me to rebuttal. Who the fuck you think you are? Who the fuck do you think? You can come on my live and talk. Don't tell me ain't no need to rebuttal. When my cousin came in and didn't like what you said, I responded to what my cousin said. But don't ever tell me there's no need for you. Don't run my motherfucking channel. You can get the fuck up off my channel with that bullshit. Tell me I ain't no need to rebuttal. Who the fuck you think you are, man? I'm trying to show you respect, but don't talk to me like that. I'm Born Again say, let me ask you this. Have you ever heard of galley slavery? I don't think there's anyone that haven't heard of galley slavery. Has anyone on here? I mean, I've heard of galley slavery, but I'm pretty sure most black people should know what galley slavery is. Pharaoh said, I'm Born Again. You are wrong. You are a wrong child. You are wrong. A child can be held accountable for ancestor sins up to 4 generations. Why can we ask to troll along with Esau, not Abel or Jacob? You heard what Pharaoh said? I'm born again. Read what Pharaoh just said. Said, I'm born again. You are wrong. You are wrong. A child can be held accountable for ancestor sins up to 4 generations. Why Cain was tasked to toil along with Esau, not Abel or Jacob. There you go. I am born again. There it is right there. Read that. Big Money. What's going on, Big Money? Big Money talking about chill. Big Money, get your big motherfucking ass off my channel and go wipe your big ass. Goodbye. Fuck up out of here. Yak Diesel say, but you should, but should your Congress progress is based on what they took. Even the Tartarian nation's disappearance has a lot to do with the taking of humanity. nation by nation. Yak, thanks for sharing that. Here's Ron back again, you guys. Absolutely. All we have to do is go back to 1870 census and you have ancestors that are classified as slaves. There it is, you guys. 1870, my grandmother was born in, what, my great-great-grandmother? It was grandmother, 1914. So 1870, my great-great-grandmother was around. So he's right about that. I'm Born Again said, every race is a victim of slavery, is my point. I'm Born Again says every race is a victim of slavery. We're not talking about every race. We're just talking about black people, the 500 years. We're talking about the ones that can't get reparation. That's what we're talking about. I am born again. Galley slavery refers to the practice of forcing people to work as covers on galleys, long as narrow ships propelled mainly by cars. I am born again thinks that, it's funny when people come and say, have you ever heard of Vente Dos? Like they're going to say something nobody know, right? Ooh, you said something we don't know. Come on, man. Y'all come up in here, man. Don't talk about stuff that people gonna know. I mean, if you are, don't ask a person, do they know? Tell them. Tell them about it. My people come in here and educate. Don't just come in here and ask if they know. If you're gonna talk about it, come in here and talk that shit. And tell us, educate people in here that don't know. Like you see my cousin doing Ty and Pharaoh and Yak. Sharon said, I did not celebrate in this fall at all, but I will not be pressured to have empathy or cry over the need to pray for his wife. We stood there cheering. Who stood there cheering what he spoke on? Sharon, I'll say this, Sharon. I'm not going to try to change your thoughts on it. I respect that because we're all entitled to our opinion. The only thing I was saying is I don't agree a person should be unalive because of their opinions. Because in that case, you and I have opinions. Do we deserve for that to happen too? Even if we have our opinions that nobody likes. But all I'm saying is nobody deserves for that to happen to them. That Charlie Kirk did not deserve that to happen to. That's all I'm saying. I know some of you don't like that. But I'm just saying I know he didn't deserve. Nobody deserves that. The Rainmaker said every race didn't do 450 years of it, though. Just to be clear, thank you, the Rainmaker. And that's what I was trying to say to I'm born again. Like, I'm born again. Let me ask you a question. I'm born again. You must not be black. Because only people that talk that way are typically people that are not black. Let me ask you a question. Playing the devil's advocate. Are you African American? I am born again. I'm born again. Because I don't think you're African American, which makes no difference in this conversation. But it does help us understand better what your views are towards that. And if you're black, I'm going to be surprised as shit. But I just don't think you are. Are you willing to come on my live? Are you willing to come up live and show your face? Tell me if you're black, African American or not. Boss lady said, well, God think they should and will pay for what was done by their evil for parents. He said the sin of the parents will fall on the children up to 4 generations. So was or is God lying? Boy, you people, exactly. Boss lady saying, you pay for the sins of your forefathers up to 4 generations. Up to 4 generations, you pay for the sin of your fathers. Ron said, brother, the whole time I've been on here, I've been nothing but respectful. I don't deal with, well, here's the thing. Why did you delete? I was trying to read his comment. Why you delete Ron's comment? I was trying to read it. Moderators, y'all be too quick. Let me read this shit first, please. Come on, Mystique. I know you be trigger happy on that. I was just trying to read what he said. Oh, he retracted. My apologies, moderators. My apologies. He retracted it. Listen, this is what I'm going to say to you, Ron. Just don't ever tell me what you said to me, and we'll be cool because this is my channel. You don't have to come here, family. I don't force nobody to come here. You don't have to be here. I'm just saying it's the way we talk to each other. So the way you talk to me, that wasn't cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man like you. So it's like, if you're standing in the room with me, I say the same thing. You ain't got to talk to me that way. You know what I'm saying? Talking about going back, like, do you know what you said, fam? I can go back up and read it. We don't have to talk to each other that way. My cousin came on here, basically responded to some shit you said, and I responded to him. Simple as that. My cousin said, Ty Deuce said, gallery slavery mainly involved Mediterranean powers from the Middle Ages through the 18th century. Key players included Ottoman expires, captured Christians were often forced to roll. There it is. I mean, and here's the thing: if we're gonna ask a person, like if I'm gonna ask you, do you know the color blue? I'm gonna describe to you how blue is made. So if we come in here saying, do y'all know about Billy Blanco? Well, who the fuck is Billy Blanco? Tell us what you're saying, because you're the one that's saying it. Just give us the lowdown. Just spit to the people in here. Everybody's here to listen. You know what I'm saying? Like if you know, then tell us, because some people might not know. Because I said North African Barbary states, Algiers, Tunis, Tripoli, enslaved Europeans taken in raids, Spain, France, Venice, Genoa, used galley slaves, often prisoners of war, convicts, or enslaved Muslims. Boss lady said facts. Pershawn Flippin said, I totally agree with you, Stone. Pershawn, thank you, family. Are you subscribed to the channel? If not, please, man, become a subscriber, family. Follow the channel, man, out of love. I appreciate you. Anna Malie said, no one deserves that. Exactly. No one. Anna Malie said, no one deserves. That's all I came on here today to say what happened to him, he didn't deserve. It doesn't matter what nobody thinks. That's all I'm saying. Barbara, what's up? Thank you, Prashant. I appreciate you. The Rainmaker said, who benefits, Auntie? Now, I didn't get a response from that person. I am, what is it? What were they called? I am something. I am reborn or something. They never told me if they're black. So I'm starting to believe. I am born again said, hold on. I am born again said, yes, I'm white. I thought so. I'm going to tell you why I knew that you were white. And we don't have no problem with that. I appreciate my white folks coming in and be spitting their truths, man. And I'm not against it. That's how we have a conversation to understand each other better. I appreciate when my white folks, my Indian folks, I have some crazy Indian folks in here saying shit, which don't really apply because they don't live in America. But some of them come in here and say some good stuff. I've had some solid Indian folks come in here and say something. But I like it when my white folks come in here and they're not afraid to come in here and have a conversation with the black folks. This is how we get an understanding with each other. This is how we can share what's going on in our communities, because sometimes it's as simple as us not knowing that much about each other. So I like that I am born again. I knew that I am born again wasn't African American, because what African American would think we shouldn't give. There's a few Sambos that think we shouldn't give reparation. There's a few. But the truth of the matter is, if you think that black people shouldn't get reparations, then why should Jewish people get it? Or why should Indians get money? I am born again. Just share with that. Tell me the difference between African Americans, Indians, and Jewish folks. Why is it that black people don't deserve it and the people I mentioned get it? I am born again. If you can make me understand that, maybe it'll give me a better understanding of your views. Mr. Pope, what's up, family? Thank you, fam. Hopefully you subscribe to my channel. I don't know if you're new or not, but man, listen, thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you. I'm born again said, I don't think anyone should get reparations. Okay, that's a fair assessment. I like that. She came back with a fair assessment. She says she doesn't think anyone should get reparations. Now, I like that. I thought her opinion was only based on one particular race, but she corrected me and she said she don't think no one should get reparations. I can rock with that. I can rock with the fact that she's standing on 10 toes saying, I don't give a fuck, Stone. Nobody should get reparations. Oh, he. I'm he. Okay, I'm born as a he. Okay, so I am born. He's saying, listen, Stone, I don't give a fuck. Listen, I don't think nobody deserves reparations, and I respect him for that. Hey, I can't even be mad at that because he is standing on what he believes. Dodo said, you guys seen the protests in London today? Dodo, come on. I've been watching, Dodo. And tell me your thoughts on the protests in London, Dodo. What is your thoughts on that? That's what I want to know. Because you're there, Dodo. I'm born again. I appreciate you for that and giving me your real opinion. Born again say, if you think that, then let me take away what you benefit from slavery and return that to its rightful owners. Born again, okay. Yak says, born again. If you think that, then let's take away what you benefit from slavery and return that to its rightful owners. Born again, Yak Diesel post a question to you. Natalia said it was good. Born again, Yak Diesel said, if you think that, then let's take away what you benefit from slavery and return that to its rightful owners. That's Yak's statement to you, born again. The Rainmaker said, yeah, because their lineage already has the reparations money out. Of course, they'd feel that way. They're addressing you, born again. People not agreeing with it. Anna Malie said, some black people in the South should research any Indian's bloodline, especially in the South. Yeah, because Indians had slaves too, because the Europeans gave them game and told them, y'all need to y'all getting in the bloods end up being mixed. Some black families have Indian in them. Now, you have black folks say, I'm mixed with Cherokee, Navajo, my family is Napa Whoopoo. Not all y'all black folks got Indian mixed with y'all. I'm sorry. Not all y'all. But some of your ancestors do, because Indians did have slaves, because the Europeans that came here showed them the game. Like, here's slaves, y'all use them. And then the bloods got mixed. And when they got upset, because the blacks and the Indians and the black slaves started to have families together, and the Indians started to have compassion for black people, and the powers that be got upset about that shit, that it didn't work 100% with the Indians like they thought. The Indians realized that these black slaves were being suppressed, and they didn't want to do it anymore. So understand that. Boss Lady says, Stone, how do you compensate someone whose child was fed to alligators? Would I'm born again be okay having their child fed to alligators? Wait for the answer. I'm born again. There's another question posed to you. Boss Lady said, would you like your child being fed to alligators? I'm born again said, and I am only $26K a year. I drive a rundown 1990 Toyota. What you gonna take from me? Yak, I'm born again said, I'm only $26K a year. I drive a rundown 1990 Toyota. What are you gonna take from me? Pharaoh said, people mourning Charlie Kirk's passing is like mourning Goliath getting killed by David. God doesn't care. Immortals who will face his vengeance and wrath. Yeah, the God don't, yeah, he don't, man. Dodo, I know it has nothing to do with race. I didn't ask you that, Dodo. You got to listen, Dodo. They say black people don't listen, but white people don't listen either. You got to listen. I never said it's about race. I said, what do you think? I clearly said to you, Dodo, what's your thoughts on what's happening in your country? Got to listen, Dodo. Pharaoh said nothing about Kirk's life was Christ-like or part of Aaramic faith. Rainmaker said probably by choice, though. Dodo said Charlie Kirk was embraced in London today. Well, that's good. He definitely didn't deserve to pass away for his belief. Bossy Lady said, we could take your feet. Dodo said, nah, I'm not saying you did, but the MSM will tell you it was. I don't care what the MSM will tell you. You got to listen to what I said. I didn't say nothing about no racism. I said, what is your thoughts of what happened in your country? You don't think we're seeing it here in the U.S., Dodo? I only asked you your thoughts of what you thought about it. Like, I'm getting on here telling people what I think about what happened to Charlie Kirk. I still don't think it was cool what happened. I don't want to see no man unalive. I don't give a fuck who you are. That shit wasn't cool. Amani Lee said Indians and blacks had families. You need a certain percentage to get help from. Yeah, I know. Amani Lee, yeah, to get your reservation card. Natalie said that parade wasn't just about Charlie Kirk. It was organized ages ago. Which one? The one in London, Natalie? Barbara said he's not a Marty. Lick Lick says I'm from Scotland. Scotland in the house, you guys, ladies and gentlemen. We got my peoples from Scotland. LK's in the house from Scotland. Scotland, West, welcome, blessings, blessings, blessings. We always love having people, man, from all over the country. I love my folks from all over the country hitting us up, man. It's a blessing. Nadine said, I love the way you think, Stone. You are so cool as a fan. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Nadine. You know, I'm just trying to, be just transparently honest about the truth of life. None of us wish bad on nobody. And those that do got some sinister shit they need to deal with. Boss Lady said, Paxton. Dodo said, what happened to Charlie Kirk was awful. Yes, it was. It wasn't cool. There was nothing cool about what happened to him. I don't care what nobody say. That shit was just horrible. Barbara said, what about Roneka Meeks and Dakara Thompson? Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, we're still mourning that. But of course, they're not going to get the press coverage this is going to get, Boss Lady. Barbara, I mean, I'm in shock. What about all the people that have disappeared and passed away? We should all feel the same way. The only difference is this guy's life, his unaliving played out live on TV. Auntie Mickey said, I find it ironic Kirk's last words were stereotypical response to a very valid question. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying, Auntie Mickey. And I said that earlier. I said, as soon as he said the gang violence, boom, that was it, right? It literally like clockwork. The Rainmaker said many people over history were unalive for the beliefs. So what made this one different is what I'm not understanding. Not saying it's cool. It wasn't. Well, I think what made a difference is it was like the Kennedy shit. This shit played. I don't think as many people would be so. It's something about seeing somebody unalive. I watched it growing up. I cry about people I didn't even know in the neighborhood that would be laying on the ground that just got unalive in Chicago. Keon Butler say, you're a real one, bro. Thank you, brother Keon. Listen, growing up in Chicago, watching people in Illinois, watching people in Chicago, Illinois, watching people unalived right in front of my eyes. I would cry as a kid seeing that. Do you understand? Y'all understand what I'm saying? It's not about black, white, what color the person was. This man was unalived on TV. That shit, if you enjoyed that shit, something is wrong with you. The Rainmaker said it's what comes with it. When you say radical things will happen. Okay. So grandparents are Irish. Oh, okay. Thank you for sharing, okay. Man, you know what's so funny, okay? It's funny because I did we did our family DNA, and I actually have like, there's 8% Irish blood in me. That shit blew my mind. I was just like, wow, that shit was, I never knew that. Dodo said, how do you Americans perceive Charlie? He's not known too much in the UK. Well, I can't speak for every American, but I didn't watch Charlie. Before he passed away, I would see the little things go across, but I wasn't a follower of Charlie, but I still didn't like what happened to this gentleman. I didn't really pay attention to him until he passed away, and then I went and watched his videos. So some Americans like him, some don't. And the ones that like him really like him. The ones that don't like him don't like him. Me, I don't have a problem with him. I think that people have a right to speak what they want to speak, as long as you're not being, calling the people the N-word and being racist while you're doing it. Now, if you want to do it at home behind closed doors, that's your business. But indirect, when you're directly being racist towards somebody, you can have a conversation without being racist towards a person. You can still say you don't like them without using racist words and slurs, I mean. Buckeye said, nah, I don't wish violence upon anyone. I have children, and what if it was them? Exactly. Buckeye for life. Then that's what I'm saying. I'm born again. Say, I like what you're doing here. A civil discourse is what's is vital for civilized society. Thank you. I'm born again. And you know, and I'm born again, you know, and that's what I'm saying. I could jump on the bandwagon of negative people that don't like him. And I could just, you know, most people just jump on the bandwagon. Most people, if you're black, they want to follow being black. If you're white, they want to follow, you know, the thoughts of conservative thoughts of a white person. If they're black, they want to follow the conservative thoughts of what black people think. I don't do that. I'm right in the middle, man. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, even if the dude was racist, I wouldn't say he deserved that. That's just me. I'm made different. I'm sorry, you guys. If I'm made different, forgive me. But you got to forgive yourself if you're going to forgive me for being honest. You need to forgive yourself for not having compassion. I don't care. I just don't like to see that shit. And when you get desensitized and that becomes a norm and you enjoy saying, hey, rooting for somebody's unlifing, that means there's something wrong with you. There's a mental disconnection. Leanne said, Auntie Mickey, that part, they were ironically the way and sad because he was only talking and shouldn't take. Exactly. I said, my cousin Angie got this much attention. They would, yeah, I know, Ty. I know, man. I know, Cuzzo. And Yak said, and just to clear it up, Charlie was a man with a opinion, not a Hitler. We all have freedom, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like, people should respect the right that we all have opinions. Whatever his opinion was, it's okay. He allowed everybody to speak, and it didn't matter what they said out of their mouth. That young man allowed people to speak their opinion. And then he would say what he had to say. That is the way it should be. Okay. See, people that work for the Delta Airlines got fired for celebrating. Are you serious, LK? LK say people that work for Delta Airlines got fired, as they should. I'm sorry, y'all. I would hope if somebody made fun of something happening to me, that they would get fired. And same thing if something happened to you, that they would get fired. That shit ain't cool. Why would you celebrate that shit? Barbara said, this guy did not think the 1964 Civil Rights Act should have passed and that they were better off as slaves. Well, you know, Barbara, all I can say about that is I tell people don't worry about if somebody says something wrong, they will deal with their situation when the time has to reveal itself. So whatever he had to deal with, there's a price to pay. Why do you think I get on here and I'm careful with what I say? Why do you guys think when I get on here, I'm careful about what I spew out of my mouth? Just because I'm Stone Paxton don't mean I am void of anything crazy happening. This is why I am a balanced person. I don't get on here speaking no crazy racist rhetoric. I'm a balanced person with it. And I like you guys interacting. I have balanced conversations. But there is a price to pay sometimes for saying certain stuff, even though it should not have to end up with us being unalived. It happens. Some people just have mental issues and they don't want to hear the truth. Even though we know Charlie Kirk's situation was bigger than just that. Sharon Turner said, no, this was so staged and set up. The two guys have security guys making hand signals. Now, Sharon, we got to be careful with believing that video because there's another angle where it doesn't show those guys. It only shows the one security to the right. So I would like to see some other footage that shows it all the way across so we can clearly see the two guys that were there and one there. Because you can chop that shit up and make it like that. Because I noticed the camera moved. That can be altered. That can be altered in editing. So I don't know if I 100% believe. Do I believe it was a setup? Yeah, but I need to see the footage, the whole footage from left to right, wide angle of the stage. Because then I'll know if those two guys are really standing there. Then I'll go, okay, yeah. I already think it's weird, but I will include those guys in my equation. Right now, we need to see a wide version of that shot from left to right, the filming of that. We need to see a wide version of the filming of it. before we make a conclusion on that. Barbara said his unalive was a distraction, but he hated empathy, and so he gets none for me. But my heart goes out for his kids. Well, Barbara, we all have the right to believe what we believe in, and I'm not going to try to change nobody's thoughts. I just gave you guys my thoughts, and I respect everyone's opinion and thoughts. Rainmaker said he said everything but calling us the N-word. That's exactly what I meant, Stone. You know, I understood, Rainmaker. I feel you. I'm born again, said Dodo. He was controversial. He was a middle right conservative. Some don't, some do, some don't like some of what he said, but don't mind what he said, but like him, and just depends on who you are. And I am born again is right. It seems when we take a stance for whatever side we take a stance for, people respect it, right? Look at here's the world. Here's the world. When we take a stance for what we believe in, like I'm sticking here, people cool with it. But when we go, I'm gonna be in the middle. A lot of people have an issue with that. Like, make up your mind. People like, just choose your side. People want you to choose a side. He was like right in the middle, and people have problems with that. People really want you to choose a side. They don't want you to be like, 1 minute you're over here and over there. People have issues with that shit. So the people that didn't like him, I'm sure they didn't like him because they felt like, well, 1 minute it seemed like you cool, the next minute you speaking against it. Choose a side. But it's bigger than that. I believe they were setting him up to run for president in the future. That's my belief. And this is the timing. He said something, but didn't do something right now. And they had to pull the trigger, for lack of better words, or lack of words, the wrong words, the right words. I am born again. Say, okay, let me see. Auntie Mickey said, I feel bad for his kids. Yeah, I know. Pharaoh said, fathers and mothers are actually good Samaritans, caretakers, elders, innkeepers, overseers, and retinues known as elders or older and younger, with Abraham was old when Isaac was born. I might have a kid at an old age, or I might be 70 when I have a child. Who knows? Understand you, Stone. Rainmaker said, no doubt. LK said, the engravings he left on the bullets didn't sit right with me. It was weird weird online memes kind of thing. Yeah, I am born, me too. I was like, yo, what was just that whole thing? I'm thinking, was that to throw people off? You get what I'm saying? Was that to throw people off? Because it's like, what was the purpose of that? I mean, I get the purpose, but why leave? If you're trying to hide and get away, why leave the shells with the writing? I don't know, man. I'm still trying to figure that shit out. LK. Barbara said, I knew they were gonna say the young guy had been pow-powing since a little kid, but that was a professional one. That was a professional. Nadine say, speak the truth. Thank you, Nadine. Shazamay say, distraction. The Rainmaker said, I just didn't agree with the status, quote, pushing compassion for something that happens to everyone. Horror is horror. I agree with you on that. No matter, that's true. The Rainmaker said, Stone said, yeah, I'm just saying. Auntie Mickey, Barbara, they say the young man was a trained marksman because he practiced with his father, who was a sheriff for many years. But you see how his dad turned his ass in quick for that money? Bizarre said, y'all think he is alive? Bizarre, you don't live in America. I could tell by your name. Where do you live at? What country are you from? Why would you not think he's alive? Were you there? Were you there at the morgue when they took his body? Were you there when he rode in the ambulance? Did you see him? Do you know he's alive? Did you talk to him? Blazer, did you talk to him, BLZR? LK say, if the question askers say great for no reason during Charlie's response and the shot goes off, Mila said, I know. Yo, LK, I've been replaying that video over and over again because it's weird. I'm born again. Say, if you watch the drone footage of him running off the roof, some shots show him in the white shirt with no backpack. Some show him with the black shirt. I saw that too, which could be all editing. Because these editing programs now, this AI shit is, and they can play some motherfucker on the building. I mean, AI can do whatever. AI can even make it look like somebody was pow-powed, even though there were a whole bunch of people there that saw it. I'm born again say, and if you watch all the footage, how did a long rifle get off the roof and into the woods without someone seeing it? Right, because, you know, when he jumped off the roof, I was like, okay, he wasn't limping. Like, did you notice he wasn't walking like he was when he first was going there? He was running. So I was like, I didn't think he had it with him, because why was he walking that way? He wasn't doing that limp like he was initially when he was going there. Barbara said, oh, Air Force Two, look at his body back. Oh, the Air Force took his body back to Arizona, accompanied by Vice President. Yeah, that was weird. The Rainmaker said AI is wicked. Auntie Mika said they're explaining the way that he changed clothes on the roof. LKL say people saw the guy on the roof and took videos, but didn't. Wow, they probably thought he was maybe FBI or CIA just up there to protect. That's what I'm thinking. LK, you want to hear a laugh? Exactly. But LK, I'm going to tell you why they didn't think nothing of it. I'm going to be honest with you, LK. This, I'm making this a black and white issue, but I'm just being transparent. If he was a black person, they would have reported their asses would have been up there, pull him off that roof. But because he was a white guy, they figured he probably was CIA or FBI. He was just up there probably just, because they do put shooters on roofs at presidential things to make sure that people, they got their shooters in place in case something goes wrong. So they probably was thinking, oh, he must be with the police or FBI. But if it was a black man, they would have been like, well, let's check and make sure that guy should be up there on that building. They would have called that shit in. Oh, yeah, it would have been. And LK, and that's the truth. LK said something deep. After the Trump thing, surely they'd be on it. Facts. You would think they would, right? But, man, they let that one slip. LK, say, I hear that too. America's different like that. LK, yeah, they are. Listen, a black man would not have been able to walk across that field and head to that building without somebody saying, hey, but there's a guy, a black guy, and all black headed. They would have let him know. We just want to make sure he's, that call would have happened. Yeah, especially Utah. Auntie Mickey said blacks in Utah would have definitely been a call. Yeah, they would have called them immediately. Use wisdom say, period. The Rainmaker said, hell no, he wouldn't. What, Rainmaker? Nadine said, facts. Use wisdom say, no, they should know the difference. Yeah, they should. The Rainmaker said, real talk. Buckeye said, facts. Listen, he wouldn't have, listen, that black man wouldn't have got out the motherfucking car with nothing in his limping like that. He probably wouldn't even made it to the building, to be honest. They would have been asking, hey, bro, where are you going with that? Why are you limping? No, he wouldn't even made it to the building. Tyrone wouldn't have made it to the building, y'all. Tyrone wouldn't have made it to the stairs and up in the building, y'all. The Rainmaker laughed. No, I didn't talk about his roommate. I'm probably going to come back on and talk about that later. Auntie Mickey, you already know. Tyrone would have got called in from Tyrone from the corner block. They would have called him in. Andre Roll said it has nothing to do with race. Andre, I'm going to assume you're black if you say that. Other than that, I'm going to assume you're white. Because that's a position that most white people are going to take. They're going to say it has nothing to do with race. You got to first wake up and be black to understand what I'm saying. Brother Andre, I respect you saying it, but unless you've been black, you won't. That's not even an argument you can have with us. I'm born again said the FBI director said they had airplanes up as soon as they heard about it. If you know anything about airplanes, it takes 30 minutes to an hour to take off with the clearance Needed to take exactly onboarding it. That's why that was weird. Why deploy airplanes? Just deploy the drones like you did. Ty said that's my government full name, guys. Yeah, that's his real name. Kurt said, what's the 411 on the roommate? Brother Kurt, I haven't spoken on that one yet. I'm gonna get back on here yet later and chop it up about the roommate. But all this shit is deep, bro. Listen, this shit gonna be unfold. It's gonna continue to unfold for the next 2 or 3 years or longer. Trust and believe what I'm saying. This shit is not over with. Brother Kurt, this shit is not over with. Hey, but look, you guys, I gotta go. I'm probably gonna log on later again, if not tomorrow for sure. Peace and love. Listen, for all of you new folks, man, I love you guys, man. You guys are awesome. I'm born again. Trying to remember some names on here. Some of the new ones. Kurt Love, thank you, family. Damn, I can't remember some of the names. To my super chat donators today, man, thank you guys for always holding me down. To my brothers from the UK and from Greece and all over the country, and LKLK, all my new folks, man, I love you guys, man. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I don't have to be white to love you. You don't have to be black to love me. I don't have to be Asian to love you. I just have to be human. You understand what I'm saying? So I love you guys, man. I'll probably hop on here later. Peace and love. Enjoy your Saturday. Maybe I'll come later for sure tomorrow. I'll holler at you guys. Be safe. But be conscious and love each other, man. All it just takes is just to think before you say some shit. Think before you assume. But just love each other, man. And I'm out. Peace.